Right now we got captains getting ready to take the field for the coin toss. So here come the captains. Number 88, Bryce Moran. Number 57, Aiden Knight. Number 71, Chris Wilcox. It looks like Andrew Steffens is walking out there as well. And number 10, Adam Honeycutt. The referee's making his introductions to the players. So let's see what the call is going to be here. We have the coin flip. The referee's telling the captains to make the call. Couldn't see what the call was. It looks like the Tigers have won the toss. It looks like Lisbon will receive, and they will be heading east, moving right to left in front of us. I'm guessing Newton Falls will be getting the ball at halftime. So Newton Falls will be kicking off to Lisbon here to start the game as we get ready to go live here in a little under 30 minutes. So both teams come into tonight with a record of 1-6, having not had much success. Newton Falls has not had much success since the very first game of the season. After losing their quarterback in the first half of the second game of the season, have not been able to find the win column here in the last 6 weeks. Well, let's take a look and take a listen to the Newton Falls Tiger Marching Band as they come out onto the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Newton Falls Tigers! finally, the seniors serving seniors breakfast will happen on Friday, October 25th at 8:30 in the high school commons. Members of the community aged 60 and over are invited to partake a free breakfast hosted by our senior class. We look forward to serving you. And now we begin our coronation ceremony, starting with last year's king, Mr. Benjamin Semrau. This year's homecoming court, Julie Koss being escorted by Brant Bungard. Julie Koss is the daughter of Richard and Shelley Koss. She is a 3-year member of Key Club and an active member of National Honor Society. Julie is the student body president and was vice president of the junior class. Her sophomore year, Julie was also a prom bouncer. She ran track for 3 years and earned a letter in soccer after a year. After graduation, Julie plans on attending the Ohio State University, where she'll major in chemical engineering. Brant Bungard is the son of Hope and Gail Bungard. Brant is a member of the National Honor Society and smashed in his junior year. Brant also participated in the Buckeye Boys State. Last year, he was prom king. Brant lettered in football after 3 years of play, and after high school, Brant plans to attend either The Ohio State University or Ohio University, where he'll discover his major as a college freshman. Miss Lene Downing, being escorted by Mr. Zach Derry. Lene Downing is the daughter of Brian and Amber Downing. She is a member of student council and has been on the honor roll all 4 years of high school. She is lettered in volleyball after 2 years on the team. Lene was a member of prom court her junior year. After graduation, Lene plans to attend Penn Trumbull to major in early childhood education. Zach Derry is the son of Jeff and Jennifer Derry. He is a 2-year member of SMASH and a member of National Honor Society. Zach was also selected to attend Buckeye Boys State. Zach has earned letters in track and in band, the latter of which he has been a member of for 4 years. Zach has earned the highest rating for his solo at District 5 OEMA Solo and Ensemble, and the second highest rating ensemble 2 years in a row. He has also been selected for District 5 OMEA Honors Band this year. After graduation, Zach plans to attend Penn State and plans to major in criminal justice and criminology. Miss Alyssa Grunder, being escorted by Mr. Zach Brewer. Alyssa Grunder is the daughter of Luke and Ashley Grunder. She has been a student of Mary Lee Sutton at Mooney's Studio of Dance for 16 years. Alyssa was a member of the winter dance team for 3 years and has been a Tigerette all 4 years. She is lettered in choir and is a member of the National Honor Society. After high school, Alyssa plans to attend Hiram College and study integrative exercise science. Zach Brewer is the son of Alex and Nicole Brewer and Crystal and Denny Peter. Zach was a member of prom court as a junior and has earned a letter in football. He was selected first team All-Trimble County as a junior. After graduation, Zach plans to go to college to discover his major. Miss Keegan O'Connor, being escorted by Mr. Paul Broderick. Keegan O'Connor is the daughter of Mandy Babiak and Richard O'Connor. She has been a member of student council as class secretary and is also currently the student body secretary. Additionally, Keegan is a member of the National Honor Society and its current historian. Keegan has lettered in cheerleading with 4 years on the team, as well as a 3-year letter winner in volleyball. After high school, Keegan plans on attending college to pursue a nursing degree. Paul Broderick is the son of Tim and Lisa Broderick. Paul is a letterman of 3 years in football and has played basketball his sophomore and junior years. Paul plans on enlisting into the Marines after high school. Miss Allison Sunback being escorted by Mr. Trevor Hansen. Allison Sunback is the daughter of Roy and Laura Sunback. She has been her class president all 4 years of high school and currently serves as the National Honor Society vice president, class president, and Tea Club treasurer. Allie was an ambassador at the HOBY Leadership Seminar her sophomore year. As a junior, she was on prom court and was also selected to be a Buckeye Grove State delegate. Allie has lettered in basketball, volleyball, track, and softball, playing on the basketball team all 4 years. During her athletic career, she has been selected to the first and second team all-conference, second team all-county, honorable mention and second team all-Northeast Ohio, and honorable mention all-Ohio. She also holds the school record for the most three-pointers made in a single season and in a career. In volleyball, she has been named honorable mention all-district her sophomore and junior year and first team all-district this season. She has also been named first team all-conference, has achieved 1,000 assists, and holds the school's single game assist record. After graduation, Allie plans to go to college for an as-yet decided major. Trevor Hansel is the son of Thomas and Deanna Hansel. He is a 2-year member of Student Council, a 2-year member of the National Honor Society, and a 2-year member of SMAC. Trevor has lettered in golf, where he's played for 4 years, baseball, and marching band, where he's played for 5 years. His junior year, Trevor was on prom court, and he was selected as a delegate to attend American Legion's Buckeyes Boys State. After graduation, Trevor plans to attend the University of Cincinnati and major in mechanical engineering. Miss Bailey Shroom, being escorted by Jacob Wright. Bailey is the daughter of Dean and Christy Shrum. Bailey is a 3-year letter winner in cheerleading and is the class treasurer in Student Council and secretary of the National Honor Society and Tea Club. In her junior year, she was on prom court and was also selected to attend Buckeye Grove State. After graduation, Bailey plans on attending Bowling Green State University. Jacob Wright is the son of Bill and Rita Wright. Jacob is a 2-year member of the basketball team. He has also played on the football team, where he has earned his letter after 4 years of play. He's, in addition, a letter winner in track running for 2 years. Jacob was honorable mention all football and won first team all Trumbull County in football as well. After graduation, Jacob plans to attend college to study to become a sports broadcaster and to continue playing football.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The homecoming court has been announced, and let's see who they pick as the winners.
And now, Tiger fans, it's the moment you've been waiting for. The coronation of our 2019-2020 homecoming king and queen. This year's 2019 Homecoming King is Mr. Zach Derry.
And the 2019-2020 Homecoming King is Zach Derry.
Congratulations.
Well earned. Quite a few accolades, accomplishments already on his resume. Let's see who the Homecoming Queen is going to be.
Congratulations to our new Homecoming King. Each year, it is the Tiger tradition that every Queen candidate receives a sealed rose. There are 5 white roses and 1 red rose. The candidate who receives the red rose will be crowned as the new 2019 Homecoming Queen. Ladies, please open your roses at this time. Congratulations to Lene Downing, our new 2019 Homecoming Queen.
There you have it. The Homecoming King and Queen have been announced, and it's football time, DJ.
Absolutely. Congratulations to the Homecoming King and Queen.
Looks like they're passing the sash on to the new Homecoming Queen. Congratulations to Lene and Zach on their win. We're about 9 minutes out from kickoff. It's about 9 minutes until 7 o'clock. The sun has gone down. The sky looks beautiful. And I think we're going to have a rendition of the national anthem here real soon.
2019-2020 Homecoming King and Queen.
Slight chill in the air there, Brian.
There is a little bit of a chill. It feels like fall football weather finally, as opposed to the summertime weather we've been kind of used to. Hopefully the players will be ready for this and some ground and pound football. We can get some players ready to go here. This is perfect football weather. Absolutely perfect football weather.
Absolutely perfect. Both teams, not having a great year, so to speak, but this right here, we'll go ahead and make sure that, hey, we can still get some dubs on the board.
This game right here has to be, you have to kind of come into this game with the mentality of nothing records. As far as 0-0 records, it's a wash right now. You're just trying to squeak out a win here against another team that hasn't had a whole lot of success either so far this season. So you really want to, in front of your homecoming crowd, homecoming night for the seniors especially, excuse me, you want to try and come out here and perform well and give the home crowd something to cheer about.
Players should be fired up for this game. Got a nice sized crowd, especially for the chill in the air. Good football weather. Let's go ahead and take it over to the band.
Looks like Lisbon's getting ready to take the field. The band is lining up. Newton Falls band is lining up, making a tunnel for our team to take the field. Lisbon's getting ready to take the field themselves, going over to their sideline. Nice of them to see they're carrying a couple American flags as well as their team flag. It's always good to see. Repping the old US of A. So I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't know if we can get a shot of how beautiful the sky is right now, but this is what you're looking for. Again, like we said, the weather's nice. The crowd's excited, ready to go. The band's ready to go. As you can see there, you got your new homecoming king and new homecoming queen. Getting all their pictures taken and getting some flowers and stuff. It's a great moment for them in high school. See, the referees are taking the field as well. We're about ready for some football, DJ. I know I'm excited. I'm ready for some football.
I'm absolutely excited for some football. The pregame festivities are almost over, and then it will soon be kickoff.
And we're looking forward to it. DJ, I don't know if you've had a chance to see the new mascot costume, the new mascot suit that we have down there on the sideline. I don't know if we can get a shot of that or not either, but hopefully we'll get some shots of that during the game.
The mascot has got a facelift.
Brand new facelift. Looks fantastic.
As well as the field, too. The field is looking mighty fine tonight.
Speaking of the field, we have our man down on the field, Eric Thompson, who's going to be talking to us here throughout the night. Eric, what does it look like? What's the field down there on the field tonight? Thanks, Eric. We'll try back down to you here shortly. A little technical difficulty.
You'll have that from time to time.
We haven't had to deal with that at all, honestly. We've been used to everything just working perfectly. So here we go. We got the cheerleaders out there.
I like the shirts they got this week, with the homecoming game. There's always a theme for the homecoming game, and this year it's Devour the Devils.
Hey, go with it. Hopefully we do devour the Devils tonight. Let's get a win. I don't care how they do it. I'll take a 2-0 win.
Hey, we'll take it.
A win's a win. I think everyone else is feeling and sharing the same anticipation down here on the sidelines. Everybody's ready to go. Everybody's dialed in and focused.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to make a very special thank you that goes out to Newton Falls AMVETS and Newton Falls American Legion, who both donated $1,900 each for a total of $3,800 for new equipment and much needed equipment for our weight room recently. Thank you very much to the Newton Falls AMVETS and American Legion.
Oh, DJ, I don't know if the audience can hear our PA announcer just announce that the AMVETS here in town, Newton Falls AMVETS and the American Legion, both donated, I believe they said $1,800 or
$1,900 apiece
for a grand total of $3,800 that they used for new weight room equipment, which the team is desperately needed.
It's nice to have the community come together and go ahead and donate to the school. And
here
right
comes
now,
the Tigers. All right. Looks like they're pumped up and ready to go. Let's see if they can keep that energy up. DJ, I did not mean to cut you off there, my friend, but the Tigers get ready to take the field and get ready to play this game here.
Hey, it's okay. That happens from time to time, and that's how we do it up here in the booth. But you're just excited, just like I am, for some hard-nosed football.
I am. It looks like the team's ready to go. We got some fireworks off in the distance there getting fired off. This is how it starts off, DJ. Everybody's ready to go. High energy. They have to keep this energy 4 quarters no matter what happens. Good, bad, or indifferent. They have to play and play hard.
Got to show some heart this game. I mean, 1-6, you got another team that has the same record. This game is just going to see who wants it more.
Exactly. And here we go with the national anthem. We'll be back in a minute.
Please remove your hats and rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Wait till you see this background on the flag. What? Yes. That's right. It is completely on one side of my screen. Is that how you wanted it?
All right, another thrilling rendition of the national anthem here tonight by the Newton Falls Tiger Marching Band as they get ready to clear the field and the Tiger players get ready to take the field. As we mentioned earlier in the beginning of the broadcast, the Tigers will be kicking off tonight to the Blue Devils. What do you think are some key objectives of the game tonight for the Tigers offense, or I'm sorry, for the Tigers defense going into the game tonight, DJ?
Hat on hat. That's what you got to have this game. Really not sure about Lisbon's offensive plan, but as long as you got a hat on a hat, you should be able to go ahead and take this game pretty handily. What they need to utilize is the fact that right now it's two teams that are wanting to fight for more. I mean, there's nothing else you can say about that.
It's going to be scratching and clawing for a win tonight. I mean, we're both, like you said, both of these teams have got to be hungry. You don't come into a season where you've got 10 games and go 1-6 and not be hungry for a win. These teams have been practicing hard, playing hard, getting ready for these games. They don't want to come out here and lose these games. And I guarantee you tonight, especially tonight for the Tigers, they do not want to come out in front of their home crowd on a homecoming night and give this one up to a team with the same record that they have. So let's see what kind of fire they have tonight as Cameron Hankins comes into the ball, and we are underway. fielded about the 15-yard line, but it looks like number 16 from Lisbon, and he's got a lane, but he's tripped up by number 36 from the Tigers, and Lisbon will take over on their first possession of first down at their own 35-yard line.
One thing I want to call attention to tonight is the Tigers players are wearing pink. If you see, in Aware for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it was very nice to actually see that show of gratitude by the team.
Yeah, it's nice to see these young men kind of acknowledge something a little bit bigger than themselves here tonight. I'm sure they hope that whoever's dealing with these issues appreciate what they've shown tonight. So let's see what the first series is here tonight. Lisbon takes shotgun. It's a handoff up the middle. Running back dances a little bit, and he's going to be brought down by number 71, Chris Wilcox, for a, looks like no gain or a short gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 here. Good pressure up the middle. That's the kind of stuff that the defensive line has got to do. We haven't seen much of that this year. We're still sticking with a 3-man defensive front, even though the defense has been the team's been getting gashed on the ground, DJ.
It is. When you have, 3 men down, you're making them susceptible to long runs. And right now, at least with the start of the game, it looks like they're, going to press up a little bit, see if Lisbon's go ahead and stick with that run attack.
Let's see, number 4, Schleffler on the pass. He rolls out to the right and pass out to the right. He gets away from Jake Wright and is able to get a positive gain on the play. It looks like they might have enough for the first down before he's pushed out of bounds.
R.J. Schleffler's pass, complete to number 22, Tyler Welch. Tackle was made by Shane Madison.
And it looks like he must have stepped out of bounds short of the first down, because it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 3.
It looks like he was about to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and then, he just hit the edge of the line and just happened to outrun the defender.
Yeah, he was able to get out of the reach of Jake Wright there on the play. Let's see if the defense can hold here on 3rd down on this first drive of the game for the Blue Devils. Defense fires out, and big number 88 with the sack on the play on 3rd down.
They went with that quarterback draw, and it did not work for him. That Newton Falls defense came out fired up. If you go ahead and check out the replay, you're going to go ahead and see that they just ended up going down on him, and they ended up stopping him in the backfield.
Great job by the defense on that play. Everybody staying home. Big number 88 collapsing down in the middle, seeing the quarterback with the ball and making the play. So Lisbon, after their first drive, going 3 and out here. They're going to punt. Let's see if Newton Falls can get any pressure on the punt. And no, it's close.
Looked like he shanked that.
It's a very short punt, DJ. Looks like the Tigers are going to take over here on their first possession of the game with good field position. Looks like they're going to get
one of these times.
Looks like they're going to get it just past the 40-yard line, about the 41-yard line. And here we go, Newton Falls Tigers on the first drive of the game for them. Let's see what the offense can do. See if they come out running or passing today, DJ.
I think at this point, go ahead and you start with your bread and butter. Get the ball behind your big running back. It doesn't matter who's out there for your running back. They've all been strong this year. And right now, it looks like we're going to go with number 11, and that would
Paul
be
Broderick.
That's what I'm talking about.
So Oyster takes a snap. It looks like it's going to be a quick pass out to Adam Honeycutt, number 10. The pass is caught, and he's going to get about 8 yards on the play. A nice quick hit pass to number 10, Adam Honeycutt, from number 14, Nick Oyster, on the play.
I like how they go ahead and get the ball out of Oyster's hands really early. Go ahead, one step, throw, nice throw on the button, ended up hitting Honeycutt for a nice gain.
And we've talked about this in some of the other home games we've had here that we've called, DJ, that this team has got to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers in space and as quickly as possible, take the pressure off the quarterback, not make him hold the ball and make a lot of decisions. Let's see what number 14, Nick Oyster, can do here on this play. It's a handoff right up the middle, right to Jake Wright. He's met by a couple Blue Devils, and he's tackled for a loss on the play. The offensive line did not get a push on that play, DJ.
No, I think he got about half a yard before he ended up getting pushed back. So looks like it's going to be second and long one. Well, it's going to be a third and long one.
Big play here to start this first drive here for the Tigers. See if we can avoid going 3 and out ourselves here and try to convert this first down.
Twins left.
Hand off to Jake right up the middle. He breaks the tackle. He's off to the sideline. He gets out to about the 29-yard line, and they are in Blue Devil territory there on that conversion of third down. It is first down, Tigers.
That was a very good, safe play for them. Go ahead and give a shout-out to my man Jake right out there. He's handling business. He gets the handoff, chops through the defense, and he gets the first down.
He breaks the tackle there on that play. After it looked like he almost got the ball knocked loose, he was able to secure the ball and get the first down on the play. Jake Wright, as we've said in previous games, is a baller, DJ. First down, handoff again to Jake Wright. He finds a hole up the middle, lowers his head, and gets about 10 on the play. He's close to a first down. Looks like about a 9-yard gain on the play. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 1. Another great run by Jake Wright on the play.
He said, go ahead and give me the ball. I'm going to go ahead and take over, and that's what he's doing right now. They're getting a lot of plays to get the ball out of Oyster's hands, give it to the big back. Jake Wright is handling business so far.
Good to see. He's a hard-nosed kid. He wants to win. I'm sure he hates to lose. So here we go on 2nd and 1. The Tigers are almost in the red zone here. They're about the 21-yard line. Nick Oyster drops back a 2-step to pass out to the corner. He's got a man open. He underthrows, but it's caught. Looks like Adam Honeycutt catches over the top of the defender. It was a jump ball, and Adam Honeycutt's able to tip it to himself and come down with it on the play. The Tigers score first. It is 6-0 Newton Falls.
He hit him with that Randy Moss, give me the ball, I'm going to take it to the house, and that's exactly what he did. Climbed over the defender, got the ball, got the score.
Well, that's exactly the kind of thing you need to see on the first offensive drive of the game for the Newton Falls Tigers here. You need to keep the players involved as the fireworks are going off in the background. You need to keep these cheerleaders and these fans involved and keep everybody interested in the game here. As you can see in the replay, Nick Oyster with just a slight underthrow out to the corner on the, looked like a fade route to Honeycutt, who was able to just come up and make a play, tipped it to himself.
Absolutely. What happened was, like you said, he underthrew him, but the big receiver said, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. And he handled business.
And that's what you do. You throw it up and let your guys make plays. And that's Oyster should have a little bit of trust in his receivers.
He definitely showed it in that play.
So with 8:15 left in the first quarter, it is the Tigers 6, Lisbon Blue Devils nothing.
It looked like Newton Falls over there had a little bit of confusion. They ended up taking a timeout.
Yeah, I think they had the wrong personnel there for this extra point. So hopefully they got that all ironed out and taken care of, and we can convert this extra point here to take the 7-0 lead. So Nick Oyster will hold, and Cameron Hankins will kick the extra point. Snaps back, holds down, kick is up, and it is good. So the Tigers take the lead 7-0 against the Blue Devils. Great way to start this game. 3 and out for them for the Newton Falls Tiger defense, and they come drive right down the field, are able to control the drive, run the ball, make a couple passes, and convert that for a touchdown to take the lead 7-0.
This is what we were talking about. We were saying who wants it more. Right now, Newton Falls is already showing that they are forced to be reckoned with in this game.
That's the way you want to come out and start fast. Let's got to keep their feet on the gas pedal here as we go. Getting ready to kick off again to the Lisbon Blue Devils. So this is a high energy situation right now, and the Tigers need to keep this energy going. As we've seen before, they start to get down on themselves a little bit. They have every reason to be up for themselves right now.
Oh, it's always good when you go ahead and on the first drive you take it in for the score. They did not have any negative yards. They didn't have any penalties, which is very, very good this week. And right now we're starting off on the good foot.
I think you nailed it there, DJ. We haven't really talked about it. Haven't mentioned it in the last couple games, but you mentioned it. Not a single penalty on that drive. Hopefully they can continue that trend as well. So here comes Cameron Hankins into the ball. The ball is away. It'll be received at about the 15-yard line by Lisbon. Number 16 takes it. He's up the middle. He makes a cut up the middle, and he's met by a couple Tigers, a host of Tigers. He's going to be brought down in almost the exact same place as the first kickoff at the 35-yard line. That was number 16, Jason Steves, on the return.
Jason Steve on the return.
Newton Falls defense actually came up really big in that last defensive stop that they had. Let's see if they could go ahead and do it again. That 3-down lineman, wasn't kind of sure of it at first. It seems like it is working this game, Brian.
Let's see. I think that's just pure aggression. You need to get hands, quick feet. You got some big bodies down there, especially number 88. He's probably the biggest kid on the team, and he's a freak athlete. He's really quick, really strong, quick with his hands. Just got to let a kid like that. You got to let him play. Let's see what we can do here on defense on first down. Looks like number 4, Schreffler's going to roll out to his right. Paul Broderick's chasing him. He's going to get him in the backfield. Looked like he was in the grass, but he's able to get the pass off, and it's incomplete.
Whoa, he saved himself a huge loss right there. Right at the last minute, outside of the tackle box, not going to be grounding. Go ahead, get that ball out of the end zone, and he saved himself a big loss.
Great pursuit by Broderick on the play, also being pursued by number 88, but he also was able to avoid the horse collar there. If you watch his hands at the very end, he put his hands towards the quarterback's waist.
He definitely went high at first, then you see him drop his hands because he did not want to go ahead and get that penalty that we didn't need. Very smart play by Paul Broderick. Very good defensive set so far by the Tigers.
Seems like everybody's staying home. Let's see if they can keep it going here on second down. 2nd and 10 for the Blue Devils. Schreffler is going to take the snap here in the shotgun. And it's going to be a handoff right up the middle, and he's going to be met immediately by number 11. Again, Paul Broderick, who does the classy thing, helps the opposing team up. That's what we like to see. Make the play, and then be a classy ball player. That's what we need to see, DJ.
This looks like a totally different team from the start. I mean, when you were looking at the first 5 games, it seemed like there was a lack of discipline, a lot of hands on hips, things like that. And you see this team out here, they're looking energized, they are looking fired up, and they look like they actually have the eye of the tiger, no pun intended.
It feels like they believe in themselves, and that's exactly what they need to do tonight. So the Blue Devils come out, lined up with 3 wideouts to split out wide to the right with 1 to the left, and a single back in the shotgun. Schreffler takes a snap. He rolls to his right. He's setting up, but he's got a man in his face. He cuts back to the left, tries to cut up again. He's going to outrun some Newton Falls defenders as he goes up the sidelines. He's going to get into Newton Falls territory all the way down to the 38-yard line after a broken play there, DJ, and Schreffler did it all by himself.
Yeah, it looks like that's what their offense is going to end up being because every man was covered downfield. You can tell in this play, in the replay, he wanted to get this ball out, but then pressure came from the right, and then he was off to the races. Ended up going up to the left side, shook one defender, and then at that point, he had open field.
Well, one of our down linemen, I think somebody lost contain on that play. That's one of the main reasons you got to stay home on those plays, DJ. It's a tough job for those 3 down linemen.
That's for sure.
So here comes Lisbon on 1st and 10 here in Newton Falls territory. Schreffler looks at the sideline. 2 wide out, split wide right. Running back and a wing back. Looks like they're trying to draw Newton Falls offsides. It doesn't happen. It looks like we got a quarterback keeper. He runs to the left. There's no tackle. Nobody's trying to get anybody to tackle here. He gets pushed out of bounds. It looks like a gain of about 3 on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Blue Devils.
It's kind of hard when you have, the quarterback that goes ahead and takes the snap. Reason being is that right now with the rules of football, a lot of people are trying to protect their quarterback, and especially when the quarterback takes a handoff, the defenders have to be really smart in order to tackle him because that can be an easy penalty.
So here we go here on 2nd down. It looks like 2nd and 7. We got a man in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep off to the right-hand side. And looks like Jake Wright's going to come up on the tackle. Great open field tackle by number 1, Jacob Wright, as Paul Broderick tries to turn his man back in, gets blocked, but Jake's there to make the tackle. Great play by number 1, Jacob Wright, to save a long run.
Good eyes by Wright. He went ahead and eyed that play from the start. You can see him actually scanning his eyes when that receiver came in motion. As soon as he went ahead and released, he went ahead and had a free shot on him, went ahead, stretched the field, and ended up making the sure tackle.
So a 3rd and 5 here. Lisbon's driving down the field here. Let's see if the Tigers can hold him. We've got 3 wide receivers split out wide to the left. Let's see if the Tigers defense can get some pressure here on the quarterback. And it's going to be a handoff. He's going to be met at the line, and it's going to be a no gain. Whistle's called. Looks like no gain on the play on 3rd down. Kind of an odd call, DJ, the handoff up the middle. Looked like they were trying to draw the defense off sides and almost succeeded.
And that's what we're talking about as far as the discipline right now. Earlier in the season, they would have ended up jumping on that play. Right now, they stayed at home. He ended up showing, didn't cross the line, didn't break the plane, and ended up getting a nice stop. And right now, it's a big 4th and 6 right here for Lisbon. Not sure. It doesn't look like they're going to punt. Looks like they're going to look and see that this is 4-down territory.
They better hurry up because it looks like the play clock's going to be winding down here. They took a long time in the huddle, but it looks like they are going to be going for it here on 4th down with 5 minutes left, 5:20 left to go here in the first quarter. 4th and 5 for Lisbon. Man in motion. It's going to be a fake jet sweep. The quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to be met by a handful of Tigers, but he breaks the tackle. And I can't see if he got to the 1st down marker or not. Looks like he's out of bounds just shy of the 1st down.
That's going to be short.
And it looks like they are going to mark him short of the 1st down. And it looks like it's going to be Newton Falls ball here for their 2nd possession of the game. As you can see, all kinds of black jerseys coming through the line, getting pressure on the quarterback. He's able to make the turn around the corner, but luckily he's met by a handful of Newton Falls Tigers there near the sideline. Jake Wright, of course, we call his name out all the time. Let's see what this Tiger offense can do here with their 2nd possession of the game after that stuff on defense.
The defense is coming out fired up tonight, especially after you giving up that one big broken play. Those are the kind of plays that could go ahead and suck the life out of your defense. But they held strong, ended up getting 4 and out, and now they go ahead and put the offense back on the field.
Well, let's see what this Tiger offense, if they can continue the momentum that they had here in that first drive. Newton Falls is going to be taken over here on their own side of the ball, on the own side of the field here at their own 28-yard line. Jake Wright comes in motion from right to left, and it's going to be a handoff, a counter handoff right up the middle. Looks like a gain of about 2 to number 11, Paul Broderick. So on first down, they go with a counter play to number 11, Paul Broderick. So we're going to be second and about 8.
Second down, Tigers for their 32.
Let's see if we can get some quick hitting plays here. Get the ball in some playmakers' hands here, DJ.
I like how they went to that screen. If you go back to that screen, I mean, go ahead, take one step, get the ball out of Oyster's hands, and you got some receivers. Let them do the work.
If you look close to us right here on the near side of the field, he's got a man, and he throws it to Jake Wright, who's open in the flat, but Oyster throws a little bit high. What I was going to say, DJ, is that you've got Adam Honeycutt down here who's got quite the advantage. It's a mismatch against Lisbon here. He was man covered against, looks like number 20 out there at corner. Throw that up. Run a fade, let him run past this guy, and let's see how hard Nick Oyster can throw this ball, and just throw it out there and let Adam Honeycutt run underneath of it. Make them honor that long ball.
I mean, he demonstrated that in the end zone. So go ahead and you see that matchup, you see that mismatch, you go ahead and take advantage of it. Just go ahead and have him run a fade and just give him the ball.
It's man coverage. There's Honeycutt by himself. It looks like they were working on a screen underneath. Oyster's got a man in his face, is able to get the pass off and complete it on third down, but it's going to be fourth and long here, about 4th and 7, and it looks like Newton Falls is going to punt.
I really don't like that play call, especially when you're going your 3rd and 7. You had a delayed screen, and you've seen the bubble screen just developed early. Should have went and got that ball out immediately, got pressure on the quarterback, ended up taking his eye off the receiver, and just got the ball out too late.
Well, here come the Tigers here on 4th down. Looks like Paul Broderick's back to punt. Snap is back. Punt is away. Decent punt. Ball's loose. It's touched the Lisbon player first, and it looks like Newton Falls is going to field. Newton Falls has it. And the signal on the field is that Newton Falls has the ball. What a great play. I think that was number 4, Ian King, on the hit. Let's see if we can get a replay on that.
That was perfect timing. He went ahead and he waited for the ball to come in. As soon as that ball dropped, you seen the receiver go ahead and take his eyes off the ball because he was anticipating the hit.
That was a great play. Went right in the Tigers' favor. That's exactly what they needed there after that 4th down and that punt. Let's see if the offense comes out here fired up a little bit now. They've got a kind of a do-over here for their 3rd drive.
Special teams bailed him out of that one.
Yeah, they did big time. Great play by the special teams as the Tigers come out with 4 wideouts. They're looking to throw. And there you go. He's got a man. Just a little bit overthrown. Looks like we had some hands on Paul Broderick there. I like the idea of spreading the ball out and getting the ball downfield a little bit, but I'd like to see a better matchup. He had 2 guys covering him on that play. I'd like to see young Nick Oyster pick out his guy who's got man-to-man coverage and give his guys a one-on-one shot, like we mentioned in the last drive.
Especially at the fact that he threw into what ended up being triple coverage. That was not a very good thought-out play by Oyster, especially when we were talking about Honeycutt having that mismatch. Just go ahead and give it up to the big man.
Oyster's going to hand off. It's going to be a handoff to Christian McCabe. He's got a lane, and he's going to get the first down and then some on the carry. Christian McCabe, number 23 on the carry. That's what we need to see, DJ. Mix it up. Run and pass, run and pass.
Keep it 50-50, and you keep that defense on its heels. That's exactly what they're doing, and right now it is working. First down, Tigers.
Gain of about 15 on the play. Great job by the Tigers. And look at a little shout out to the offensive lineman for creating a nice big hole for Christian McCabe to run right through. He could have drove a truck through that hole, DJ.
Beautiful blocking by the offensive line.
Another handoff to Christian McCabe. Again, he's got another huge hole right up the middle, and he's going to get a nice gain. Looks like a gain of about 8 on the play on first down. So it's going to be 2nd and short. Every play in the playbook is going to be open here, DJ. They just got inside. They're inside the red zone.
That offensive line is doing its work right now. They ended up getting a wake-up call. The special teams helped them out, and then the offensive line said, we're going to go ahead and get back to work. And right now, it's just first down after first down. Well, right now, it's 2nd and 2.
This is what we like to see, and this is what happens when believing in yourself actually gets shown on the field. These guys look like they actually believe in themselves, and they're playing with heart. Playing with heart. Now, McCabe tried to turn it up there on that one. He had a nice little hole, but unfortunately his foot slipped out from underneath of him. So a no gain on there on 2nd down. So it's going to be about 3rd and 2 here for the Tigers in the red zone, threatening to score again here against the Lisbon Blue Devils.
If you went ahead and you looked on that right side, there actually was a couple holes that developed that he could have took either one. He decided to stretch it long and ended up getting stopped. Well, actually, they're moving the chains. That's first down.
It looks like he got a couple on that play. So you're right, DJ. It looks like it is first down for the Tigers. So from their own 15-yard line, as they get ready to drive in to score here, the Tigers come out and 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 wide right with a running back with Nick Oyster. Here comes Jake Wright, and it's going to be a quarterback keep by Nick Oyster right up the middle, running right behind Paul Broderick, and he's going to be slammed down at about the 8-yard line after a gain of about 6 on the play. So that was a design quarterback keep there. There goes Paul Broderick up the middle. As you can see in the replay, Nick Oyster puts his hand right on his back, pushes his man right up the middle, and he's going to be slammed down there by number 58, Tyler Toot on the play.
Oyster was holding that ball a little bit out there. If he would have punched that, that could have been an easy fumble.
Got to be careful with protecting the ball here. Turnovers, we mentioned penalties. Turnovers is another thing we can't have. They've done great with penalties so far. Here we go on 2nd and 5. Let's see if the Tigers can score. It's going to be a handoff to Christian McCabe. He's met immediately upon getting the ball. He's gained maybe 1 on the play.
A little bit of extracurriculars going on after that. They ended up breaking up before the referees came over. And, just it's okay to get that, get a little bit of frustration out, but, it's just when you carry it over that it becomes a problem.
You play between the lines and you play between the whistles. That's pretty much the rule. There's nothing wrong with having fire and passion, but you got to make sure when the whistle goes, you got to stop, take it on to the next play. There's nothing wrong with beating your guy every single play, DJ, but you got to do it until the whistle stops.
That's the name of the game.
So here we go, 3rd and 4 for the Tigers. Oyster's going to throw a fade to the corner. He's got Adam Honeycutt. Unfortunately, Oyster throws just a little bit out of bounds. Honeycutt makes the catch, but he's out of bounds when he makes the reception.
That was nice hands by Honeycutt, and he did have his man just a slight overthrow. And
Great grab.
now, this is going to go ahead and see what the Tigers can do because they are in field goal range.
Cameron Hankins has got a good leg. Let's see what the Tigers decide to do.
Looks like they're going field goal.
Here he comes. Smart play, DJ. I think that's a smart call. Cameron Hankins has been pretty spot on all season. They got a lot of trust in their senior kicker. Let's see if he can put us up by 10 points here. With a little under a minute here in the first quarter at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium here on homecoming night. The Tigers are up 7-0 here against the Lisbon Blue Devils. Let's see if Cameron Hankins can make it 10. Snaps back. Kick is up, and the kick looks like it's going to be no call. It's going to be wide left. Wide left by Hankins. Looks like the referees were looking at each other.
He just pulled it left. From up here in the booth, it looked like he just missed it.
Kind of curious why the referee that was standing underneath the goalpost was looking at the other referee looking up at the other goalpost. There's only one guy that can see if it went over or not.
He might have been looking down at his watch.
I think they made the right call. But with 40 seconds left here in the first quarter, Lisbon's going to take the ball back over here at the Newton Falls 20-yard line.
Guys from down on the
I'm
field.
very happy to see that they are getting pushed. And down to the field with Eric. What you got for us?
From down on the field, guys, I can tell you that that ball was a little bit wide to the left. I think the weather is playing a little bit of a part in this. The ground seems to be wet. I see some guys slipping and sliding a little bit, and it's awfully cold. At kickoff, it was 10 degrees cooler than it was when they came on the field for pregame warm-ups. So that was a quick drop in temperature. It's a very clear night, not a cloud in the sky, and the guys are starting to feel it. I think the coaching staff is keeping warm with a little anger, let's call it, a little frustration. So more on that in a little bit.
Thanks, Eric. We really appreciate it. I'll tell you what, you look toasty warm down there in your isotoners. That's great to see. We like to see that.
These are actually my O.J. Simpson Bruno Mali gloves.
Thanks, Eric. Keep us up to date on the conditions down there on the field. If you notice it getting a little bit more slick, if you see guys start changing equipment, let us know. And yeah, we've seen that up here in the booth as well. Guys have been slipping and sliding over the field so far. We saw on the last drive there with the Tigers. Christian McCabe slipped and fell. Hopefully these guys can get their footing here. Isotoners. Got to keep those hands warm and look good while you're doing it.
Absolutely.
So here comes Lisbon here on first down from their own 20-yard line. Schruffler's going to drop back. He's looking to throw long. He's got a man open. Jake Wright intercepts it at the 47-yard line. Jake Wright with the pick. That's what we're talking about, DJ. We've been bringing him up, mentioning him all game long already. That kid is a baller and a ball hawk and a leader on this team. Great job by Jake Wright. He's sitting back there in center field watching the quarterback, as you can see in the replay, DJ.
Oh, my goodness. That was legit. He ended up eyeing his receiver the whole time, ended up getting a step in front of the receiver, and then he said, "Excuse me, sir, I got reservations for this one."
That's exactly how you do it. You play the ball. That's what you're taught to do. as a secondary player, you're taught to watch the ball, play the ball, and that's exactly what Jake Wright did. He is constantly around the ball, whether it's making a tackle, running the ball, picking the ball off. He's always around the ball, and he's the consummate gamer. So let's see what Newton Falls can do here as they take over possession on their own side of the field. Nick Oyster's going to step back to throw. He's got Adam Honeycutt wide open on a slant. He tips the ball to himself, bobbles it a little bit, and is able to bring it in.
They're calling it down. Referees are calling it down.
He makes the catch on the play. He's brought down by 2 or 3 Blue Devils on the play, and the ball pops out right towards the end, but the referees quickly signaled that he was down first. So that's going to be a first down for the Tigers. Great play, great throw by Oyster in connection with number 10, Adam Honeycutt. He's being a starter of the game tonight, DJ.
Yeah, Honeycutt is definitely balling out of control tonight. Right now, he ended up having, a little bit of butterfingers, but he did end up calling that ball in and got the first down.
Even with a little bit of contact, he was able to pull it in. So let's see what the Tigers do on first down. They're going to give it to Jake Wright, a little bit off the left side. He's met immediately, but he's still fighting. Looks like he's going to get a couple yards on the play. He's a load to bring down for being not that big of a guy.
Oh, yeah, and that's going to end up taking us to the second quarter. Good first quarter by the Tigers.
Great job by the Tigers in that first quarter. So the Tigers with the lead 7-0 against the David Anderson Lisbon Blue Devils. We'll be back here for the second quarter coming right up. Okay, so tonight's sponsors for the game, we've got some sponsors here. Sandra Braymeyer for 4th Ward Council. Fresh ideas for a better community. Vote for Sandra Braymeyer, Newton Falls 4th Ward Council, paid for by the candidate. We've got Buckeye Welder Sales. Come in today and see us for all your welding needs or for a custom quote on your next welder. Good luck, Brant Bungard, and go Tigers. We've got Clonch & Sons Excavating. Clonch & Sons Excavating is a locally owned and operated licensed septic installer. Contact them today. That's Clonch & Sons Excavating. Back to the field here. Nick Oyster is going to drop back, roll to his left. He's got a host of blockers in front of him. He's going to turn up the sideline to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to go out of bounds, and it looks like about the 3-yard line on the play. DJ, do you see any flags anywhere?
No, there are no flags anywhere, and that is the Tiger offense going at it tonight. Love seeing the fire. Go ahead, and he goes on the rollout. Next thing you know, all the receivers gets great blocking down the sideline, and then he just sprang it almost for the TD, but it's okay. He got him in the red zone.
That's what we love to see. Great job by Oyster. He does get out of bounds. Looks like about the they marked him out of bounds. It looks like at the 19-yard line, so he didn't get down that far, DJ. I don't know what the refs saw. They saw something different than what we saw. But here we go on 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Paul Broderick, number 11. Looks like he's going to get about 3 on the play. This Tiger team looks like they're a little bit fired up tonight, DJ, and that's good to see. They need to be fired up.
Yes, this is the passion that they actually can show. This is the team all year. They just had, a little bit of early struggles, and now it seems like it's all coming together, and right now they are playing lights out.
So let's see if the offensive line can get a push here. That's where it's all said and done here on the offensive line in the trenches. See if they can get a push against this defensive line. Going to be another handoff. Jake Wright up the middle. He's going to break it. Jake Wright is going to go into the end zone and score. Touchdown Tigers on the play. Run right up the middle. No laundry on the field again, DJ. That's what we want to see. Jake Wright again calling his number.
Elite status, Jake Wright. That is how he is playing right now. Takes the handoff up the middle. Ends up couple broken tackles, and then after that, nobody was touching them. Give me reservations for 6.
Jake Wright with some broken tackles. Another great series by the offensive line. I can't say it enough. That is going to be the difference between winning and losing these games is the line, the offensive line, defensive line. And we're seeing a performance tonight by the offensive line. Paul Broderick with another lead block on that one as well. Cameron Hankins with the kick for the extra point, and it's going to be good. And the Tigers are going to take the lead here early into the second quarter, and they extend the lead to 14-0 against the David Anderson Blue Devils. Look at this team, DJ. Look it down on the sideline. You can see these guys. They are fired up. They're running around. They're excited. They've got the lead. I think they feel like they've got this one in control. It's still really, really early.
This is a different football team we are seeing tonight. They are coming out fired up, ready to go. both sides of the ball playing amazing, special teams playing amazing, and this is what they need to do. Look at having, handshakes down there, giving hugs to players. This is what they need to have. This is what I'm talking about. This is good football.
They're fired up. You can tell they're excited to have their home crowd here. The field looks fantastic, and they're playing like they want this one. They realize that they've got a good crowd here at homecoming night. It's really important, and you can see it. They're putting it all out there on the field. Let's see if Cameron Hankins can get into one here pretty good, get it down the field, and let's see if this cover team can stay in their lanes and get him before the 35 this time. So here comes number 18, Cameron Hankins, senior kicker, getting ready to kick off yet again as the Tigers are up 14-0 against the Blue Devils. Ball's up and away. It's going to hit the ground. It's going to be fielded at about the 12-yard line. And there's nobody down there yet. He's got nobody even near him, and he's finally going to be hit, but we got a flag on the play. A flag on the play back behind the play. Sorry, DJ.
Oh, no, that's fine. I think that's going to end up being on Lisbon.
Thinking it may be a hold.
It's going to be a hold or a block in the back.
Yep, it is going to be a holding against Lisbon on the play. So we're going to take him back 10 yards. They're going to mark it off 10 yards from the spot of the foul. The referees are having a conversation, and they're all going to walk it back. So it looks like Lisbon's going to take over at the 25-yard line, their own 25-yard line here on their next possession. So let's see if this Tiger defense come out just as fired up as the offense was when they left the field. Let's see if the Tiger defense can make some plays here.
Well, you did say before, behind the 35, right?
They did, and they finally did. They're at the 25. So here we are on first down. Defensive line, good to see they're coming off fired up. Nice job by the left side of the defensive line there. Looks like Ian King is in on the play. And number 88, Bryce Moran, also in on the play. So it looks like a gain of about a yard, a little over a yard on the plays for second down and a long 8, about 9. Like seeing the firing out here. I'm watching the interior of the defensive line, and they are firing out, and that's what you need. You need to get a push. As we just said in the last drive, it starts with the offensive and defensive lines. It starts in the trenches. And this is where they need to get a push. When they're on offense, they need to get a push. Now they're on defense, they have to get a push, and they did on that play. Let's see if they can do it again, DJ.
That's for sure. Right now, that defensive line, and like we were talking about the 3-down linemen, but the linebackers are creeping up, and they are not afraid of this Lisbon offensive line.
They're playing aggressive. I see Jake Wright's playing center field again, rolling with the motion man. It looks like it's going to be a handoff out the middle. Bryce Moran gets in the backfield, misses the tackle, but he's met by a couple other Tigers. Great job, Tiger defense, all flying to the ball. Nice job, Tigers, on the play. It's going to be third down. Third down at about 7 on the play, it looks like.
He ended up doing just enough to go ahead and slow him down, because at that point, if there was one more tackle, he did have a hole.
You've got to, and with a defense like this where you've got so few down linemen, you've only got 3 down linemen, and so many linebackers, the linebackers have got to do their job and got to step up and fill. And so far tonight, that's exactly what they're doing, which is why you're not getting these big giant runs that we're accustomed to seeing. Let's see what we can do here on third down if we can stuff them one more time. Here comes the D. He's got pressure behind him. He throws the ball up. He takes a hit. Jake Wright.
Okay.
No flags on the field, DJ. I'm a little surprised by that myself. I think Jake Wright kind of got away with one on that play. He kind of threw his hand up without looking back for the ball.
You don't have to. I found out that you do not have to face guard. Just because you don't turn around and make contact with the ball there, as long as you do not make hands on the receiver, then you will not get a penalty, which was clearly shown in that play.
Got it. Great call by the referees, and a great no call, I should say, on the play. And on the play in the backfield, the quarterback took a vicious hit by number 24 from Newton Falls. And that's what we like to see. Pressure coming from the backside, making these guys aware that they're there. And now Lisbon's going to have to punt here, 4th and 8, from deep in their own side of the field. So here comes the snap, a little bit low. Tigers almost get in and block it. Lots of pressure, and he's going to kick it out of bounds. The Tigers are going to take over on about their own 45-yard line. Great pressure up the middle there by the Tigers on the punt. Almost got a hand on it, looked like. Also, great job by not running into the punter.
Oh yeah, special teams is coming up big. They got that punter shit, especially after that hit that quarterback took. Because I'm still talking about that third down play. Man, he got lit up.
He really did. He took a shot. I'm surprised he even got the ball off as far as he did. I think that's probably why it was underthrown as it was, because he was getting hit as he was releasing the ball. So here comes the Tiger offense yet again, who've been rolling so far tonight. Pretty much been able to do what they've wanted. Let's see if they can get a good push. They're right in front of us here at the 50-yard line. Let's see if they can get the offense and get a good push, and they do. Jake Wright's got the ball. He finds a little bit of a lane, almost a zone blocking scheme, and he's going to get about 2, maybe 3 yards on the carry on first down.
Looks like he actually got met at the line of scrimmage and then just went ahead and carried a couple defenders. Very tough running by this Tiger offense.
He is a violent runner. As I mentioned before, he's not a big guy. He's probably run about 160 pounds, but he is violent and he's aggressive and he has the will to win. So here comes the Tigers here on second down. Second and about 7 here. You got just about every play in the playbook open right now, DJ.
Wide open.
So we got a reverse to Jake Wright, but Lisbon's going to stay home on the play. They played it well. Newton Falls tried to go with a little bit of a trick play there, DJ, and Lisbon stayed home and was ready for it.
Well, like you said, the whole playbook was open, but there's some points where you don't really want to go ahead and do that because that's what happened. The defense stayed home, made a good play, put them in, negative yardage.
Yeah, take that page out of the playbook and just throw it in the trash.
Oh, yeah, you go ahead and burn that one.
That one did not work. Stick to the bread and butter. So let's see what we can get going here.
North and south, don't get cute.
We got third down and long now. It's like a 3rd and 13. We got a bunch to the left. Oyster's going to drop back. He's going to roll to the right now. He's got some pressure in his face. He's going to find a lane back up the middle, and he's going to be hit from the back and taken down for no gain on the play. He's met back at the line of scrimmage after quite a bit of running.
Like we were talking about, get rid of the cutesy stuff. If you don't have a play, don't try to make one. Go ahead, get rid of that ball, help your defense out. I mean, you technically got a yard, but at the same time, that's a chance that you could go ahead and take a bad shot like he did, not trying to risk an injury.
So here we go. Newton Falls is going to punt there after not a good series on offense. So with a little over 7 minutes left to go here in the second quarter, we're going to go down to the field with Eric Thompson. Eric, what do you got for us?
A punt that took a Newton Falls bounce.
Tigers will down the ball.
And I'm now standing on the sidelines with the producer of all of Newton Falls television programming. It's Tom Gregory of Gregory Films. Tom, I'm really happy to be here, and thanks, because you're my boss, so I have to be really extra nice to you. Tell me a little bit about what goes into producing a football game like this, a live sporting event.
A whole bunch of headaches and a whole bunch of nightmares. We got Steve on this camera. He can't wave to us. Maggie's up on that camera. Amy's on that camera. There's a kid running up that camera up there. We got guys in booth. I got the television pioneer, Salvatore Calderone, directing the show right now. And I've got, I can't remember her name, doing replay right now. So it's a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm still watching it right now. Yeah. What's her name again? What's her name? Quickly. I'm talking to my producer right now.
Well, this is very exciting. This is interesting too. I think for the folks at home to understand that there are all these cameras and all this personnel coming together to make this broadcast possible. I think it's fantastic, and the headache of putting it together must be undescribable.
It's a headache, but it's
indescribable.
Yeah. But it's a ton of fun. We really love doing it. We're so happy to do it for the community. By the way, it's Lacey that's running replay. I can't slight her. She's doing a fantastic job. She really is. I just want to remind people that if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. We're trying to get our subscriber list over 1,000. And even if you don't like Newton Falls, subscribe to us anyway, because we love you. And thank you, Eric. You're doing a fantastic job. I love what you're doing. I got to get back to work.
Get back to work. Thank you, sir. Have a blast. Thanks for putting this together, too. Guys, back up to the booth and be nice. It was Tom, your boss.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Tom. We appreciate it. Get a little bit of behind the sscenes, a little bit of insight of what we got going on here. Out on the field there, that last play. Great play by number 21, Luke Dickey, on the run out to the right-hand side. He got away from his blocker and was able to come up and make a play in the backfield. Great job by the Tiger defense here. So we are second down, 2nd and 11 here for the Blue Devils, from their own 27-yard line.
There is some good hitting in this game today.
Sorry, I misspoke. 24-yard line. Yeah, there is some fantastic hitting. The guys are playing aggressive. So we got a little screen pass out to the left-hand side. Gain of about 4 on the play, and he's brought down. I think that's Paul Broderick who brought him down on the play.
Ran about 30 yards, gained about 4.
Yeah, Schreffler got the ball out of his hands real quick on that play. And it's a good thing, too, because, again, You've heard this name so many times tonight. Jake Wright was right in his face.
Jake Wright is tearing it up tonight. He is playing like a man possessed.
That's what we need. We need 11 of those guys on the field. Who knows what these guys can do when they play like that?
Hey, we're seeing it right now.
That's exactly what we're seeing, and I'm loving it. So we are about a little over 5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. The Newton Falls Tigers are up 14-0 over the Lisbon Blue Devils. Here comes the Blue Devils, 3 wide. Third down and about 5, a long 5 to go. Schreffler's going to roll to his right. He's looking. He's got nobody. He's going to flick it at the last second, and incomplete, out of bounds. The ball was caught by his receiver on the sideline, but he was unable, number 2 was unable to get his feet down in bounds. So it looks like it's going to be 4th down here for Lisbon. Yeah, Nicholas Monday was unable to bring that ball inbounds. So 4th down and 5 here. Let's see what the Blue Devils decide to do. It looks like Monday, who is going to be back to punt here, number 2. And back deep to receive is going to be number 1, Jake Wright. Let's see. The Tigers have had great pressure so far tonight on these punts. Let's see if they can get a hand on this ball. And they're unable to. The punt, it's shanked again. And the Tigers are going to take over. The ball goes out of bounds at about the 49-yard line of Lisbon. The Tigers are going to have great field position yet again. Let's see if they can get this ball back in the end zone where it belongs.
Okay, get back to what you were doing. Quit with the cutesy stuff. Go ahead, north-south football. You're going ahead and you're starting to get revert back to what you were doing previously. No, stick with what you know. Jake Wright tearing up this game. Adam Honeycutt tearing up this game. Chris McCabe tearing up this game. Get the ball to your playmakers.
I like what you said, north and south. Run straight downhill, and that's what I like to see. So we've got, looks like Christian McCabe is lined up at running back behind number 14, Nick Oyster, and we're going to have a procedural penalty. It looks like, I'm guessing a false start. Yeah, we're going to have a false start. One of our guys was in motion here before when the ball was snapped. So unfortunately, that's our first penalty. I think that's our first penalty of the game tonight, DJ.
First penalty. Hey, well, that's really good, especially for the lack of discipline that we were seeing all season. For this being the first penalty, almost going into halftime, this is actually really good disciplined Tiger team this evening.
Let's see if we can get that lost yardage back here. See if we can get a good quick play, get one of our playmakers the ball. Hopefully this offensive line's not going to start getting tired on us. We really need them to keep driving. We really need to start running the football just as much or more than we did in the first quarter. Oyster's rolling out to his right. He's got pressure coming at him, but he's got a man open in the flat, and it's going to be Adam Honeycutt. He's going to make the reception. Looks like a gain of about 10 on the play. So they got some of that yardage back and then some, DJ.
Yeah, it ended up being a nice play. If you see, Oyster didn't see the pressure coming off of his left side. That guy came by. It looked like it was a corner blitz. He came free, and it was a good play. It was good that he ended up getting the ball out when he did. Made a play to his receiver, got that penalty yards back plus a couple. So now it's a manageable 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and honestly, when you have athletes on this team like Newton Falls does, an athlete like Nick Oyster, you need to put him in position to do what they do best. And he's an athlete, as I mentioned. As you can see, he's rolling again. He's going to set his feet and try to make a throw. He's got Jake Wright. Overthrows him just a little bit as Oyster's rolling to his left. He tried to set his feet. He did. He tried to turn and set his feet to make that throw because Jake Wright was so far downfield. I couldn't see if there was a receiver. It looked like Adam Honeycutt was nearer in the flat.
That is the second time that has actually happened, is that they're getting that backside pressure, and Oyster is not getting any help from those sides. They're running towards the far side of the field, but at the same time, if he's sitting there and he's a sitting duck out there when he's running, your defender's running full speed, that usually doesn't account to great things.
And Oyster's going to drop straight back here. We set up a screen. Great play call. He's got open field right in front of him, but he slows up as he gets hit and just short.
That's going to be close.
We need a little bit more field awareness on that play, DJ. He was just short of the first down by about a yard as he kind of braced himself for the hit. Great play call by the offense there. That's exactly the kind of stuff you need to see. They're adapting to what the defense is doing, DJ, and that's exactly what you need to do to slow down a defense that's pinning their ears back.
Absolutely. Right now, it's gut check time. I love this call. They are going for it on 4th down. Let them big uglies up front go ahead. They can get you the yard. Just go ahead. Simple quarterback keeps you. Go ahead and, seal this one.
And it's going to be a give to Christian McCabe right at the middle. He's hit. It looks like the ball pops out on the play. And it is. It looks like it's going to be the referee, looks like the referee signaled, I can't tell if it's a signal of a fumble or just turnover on downs there, but the referee immediately signaled the ball was going back to Lisbon. It looked like that ball came out when he was hit. Christian McCabe was hit immediately at the line of scrimmage when he tried to turn up, and the helmet looked like a helmet went right onto the ball.
Oh, yeah, that was a hat on hat, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do if you're the defense. You put a hat on that ball, popped it out, and it looked like it actually went into the defensive lineman's hands, which is great hands by a lineman.
No doubt. So here comes Lisbon now.
Give the lineman some love.
Yep, lineman definitely. That was a great play by the Lisbon defensive line there on that stop on 4th down. So here comes Lisbon to hand off to number 22. Tyler Welsh going to take the ball, and he's going to get met in the backfield for a loss. Looks like a loss of about 3 on the play. I couldn't see who made number 4, Ian King, on the play. He's been wreaking havoc on the middle of the middle of that defensive line tonight, DJ.
Oh, man, this Tiger defense is not letting up whatsoever. Right now, it looks like it's settling down into a defensive game right now, just playing on field position. Right now, let's go ahead and see what the Tigers do right here because, Lisbon is not going under center. They are running straight shotgun.
So in 2nd and 13 here with 2:42 left in the second quarter. Here comes Lisbon. He drops back to pass. He's got pressure in his face. He's got all kinds of time. He's rolling out to his right, He's going to hang on to it. He's going to get hit by a host of Tigers as he takes the ball, as Schreffler takes the ball out of bounds for a gain of about 4 on the play. As you can see, number 88 trying to get some pressure. He's pushed inside by number 66. Number 4, Schreffler, rolls out to his right, and he's chased by Carter Miller coming after him. Great pursuit by the Tigers on that play. Good to see guys flying to the ball. It looks like Joey Gossick, Brant Bungard, and then Carter Miller. So a short gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Blue Devils.
Looks like he was just holding on the ball too long. He was trying to go ahead and stretch the play, make something out of nothing, and instead of it breaking for a big one like it did, earlier in the game, the Tigers sat on him, and made a great defensive play.
Good coverage by the defense there on that play. He had nobody to go to. So here we go on 3rd down. Schreffler's going to roll to his left. He's got pressure coming at him. He's holding it. He's still running toward the sideline, and he goes out of bounds. It looks like about the 45-yard line. A gain of about 3 or 4 on the play, but well short of the first down, DJ.
Yet again, there was another play where he was just trying to stretch it out. And down to Eric. What you got for us?
I'll tell you what I've got. It's actually pretty exciting. This is warm salted caramel apple cake, and it's only $2, and it's for sale at the concession stand that's manned by the Newton Falls Tiger Marching Band Boosters. You can't beat this stuff. This is my 8th bowl since the game started. Okay, it's my first.
Thanks, Eric. We really appreciate that for you to show us that stuff that we can't have up here in the booth.
It
looks delicious.
That's not fair.
It's not fair at all. But it's a little warmer up here in the booth than it is down there in the field, which is why you have on gloves and we don't. So.
Oh, yeah, he could go ahead and have that. I'm nice and cozy in the booth.
Thanks, Eric. We really appreciate that. And a big thanks to the concessions, the people manning the concession stands down there. And every week here, every home game here for the Tigers, we really appreciate all the hard work and stuff that all the people that donate their time and volunteer their time, and the students that help out as well. We really appreciate it. And I know all these fans in the stands, when they go down to get their hot coffees and hot chocolates and their salted caramel apple dumpling with ice cream or whatever that was that looked delicious that you just had. We really appreciate it. I know the fans here do too. So thanks again to everybody out there in the concession stands, everybody working during these games. We all really appreciate it. So coming back here with a minute 36 left in the second quarter here. Lisbon's 4th down. Looks like they're going to punt. Snap is back. Got a hand up again. It's probably one of the best punts of the night so far. Jake Wright's back to field it. He's not going to get to it. He's yelling fire. And Lisbon's going to down the ball. The Tigers are going to take over probably their worst field position so far of the night at about their own 18-yard line, it looks like.
Well, that was the best punt that, Lisbon has had all night.
Yeah, far and away the best punt. Newton Falls has gotten pretty good pressure so far on every punt up the middle, but Newton Falls, again, we have the ball back, and that's what we need to have. They've been able to keep Lisbon scoreless so far in this first half of this game. So we got a minute and a half left, a little under a minute and a half left. What do you think we can expect here from this Newton Falls offense, DJ?
Run that clock out. That's what we're going to do. Run that clock out. Minute 26, and you get the ball back at half. So don't do anything to go ahead and jeopardize the fact that you could go ahead and especially this deep in your own territory, go ahead, keep that ball on the ground, keep that clock moving. Right now, Lisbon's only got 2 timeouts. Make them burn it. go ahead. You get maybe one first down out of this. You can go ahead and take this into the half.
And as we say that, Newton Falls comes out in a 5 wide receiver spread. No running back. Nick Oyster is going to do a quarterback carry, a quarterback keeper right up the middle. And it actually turns into a pretty positive play for the Tigers there. It looks like they're going to get about 14 on the play, and it looks like he goes out of bounds to stop the clock, but there's a penalty marker down. I didn't see the call or what it was in the vicinity of, so let's see what the referees call here. Looks like illegal use of the hands against the defense. So the Tigers are going to get a first down on that play and then some. And we still have about 1:17 left in this half. If they can move the ball down the field, they need to score some points. Why not score? Don't take any chances. You got a minute. We've got 2 timeouts as well. Drive the ball down the field. Try to score, even if it's a field goal, and then get the ball back at the half, TJ.
Oh, yeah, keep the ball on the ground, though. Keep the ball on the ground. Do not risk throwing an interception, especially still on your side of the field. It's still a short field for Lisbon if they go ahead and get the ball back. Right now, go ahead and keep the ball on the ground, especially Jake Wright. Get your man the ball. He will go ahead and give you some good yardage. And right now, Oyster's doing his thing. Honeycutt's doing his thing. And right now, your man is Jake Wright.
Yeah, let's see if they can get the ball into his hands or any of these playmakers. These guys look hungry, and they want the ball. We come out in a 5-receiver spread again. Nobody back with Nick Oyster. He's going to run it right back up the middle, and he's going to get grabbed immediately for a gain of about 2 yards. Couldn't squeak through the line on that one, DJ.
That's okay. The clock is still running. That's what you want to do. Keep that clock running.
Dangerous, though. Let's see this replay. I didn't mean to interrupt you, DJ, but it looks like he's still holding that ball out there like a loaf of bread.
Ooh, that just makes me cringe, just because of the fact that that ball is so far out there, and you seen a hat on a hat, and you seen that, the fumble that we had just earlier, and he's pretty much, it needs to be high and tight.
Keep that ball tucked. We can't afford a turnover right now. That's the last thing the Tigers want or need going into the half, is to turn the ball over. With the clock running here, with 34 seconds left to go, they're just going to let this clock roll. Yeah, they come out with a 5-receiver set one more time. And Oyster's going to drop back. He's going to throw a bomb. He's got a man. There's going to be pass interference on the play. Hands all over the receiver. Sorry, DJ.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, we just keep interrupting each other because we're both so excited. This is what football brings to you. When you have 2 commentators like us, we get excited, especially at the fact that, we get a pass interference, and right now he's tugging on the jerseys and stuff. It's like I'm grabbing on Brian's collar right now, man. This is how excited I'm getting right now.
This is what I like to see, and I could tell that play was going to happen because you could see as soon as the ball was snapped, Paul Broderick took off on his route. He knew that the ball was coming to him immediately. And here comes the call from the referees. Oh, it's going to be a hold on Newton Falls.
Oh, that's going to be
pass
offsetting
interference. It's going to be
penalties.
offsetting penalties. So let's replay that down again, DJ, with a little less time on the clock.
Oh, man, that was a huge opportunity, but then, ended up getting that holding call. We both got a little bit excited.
We did. We haven't had a chance to really haven't had a whole lot of things to get excited about up to this point, but this game has been, so far it's been all Tigers, and we're liking what we're seeing. So let's see. The Tigers are going to come out in a more power formation. They're going to run it, traditional run, right up the middle. Looks like to Jake Wright. And you got about 15 seconds left.
Looks like Lisbon's going to go ahead and let this go to the half.
They are not going to burn a timeout, and we are going to go to the half here with Newton Falls leading 14-0 against the David Anderson Lisbon Blue Devils.
Wait. Newton Falls called timeout.
Looks like Newton Falls called a timeout, so we have 3 seconds, a little under 4 seconds left to go here. Seems kind of odd to me, DJ, to call that timeout after the clock has ticked down. You lost about 10 seconds before you decided to call a timeout.
Yeah, it was kind of a, odd predicament right there. I mean, I can understand that you want to go ahead and, throw the ball deep, see what you can go ahead and make out of this. But I would just be happy going into the half, up 14-0, especially with a standout performance by your defense. And then you're going to turn around and get the ball at halftime. You've already got all the momentum. You don't want to go ahead and jeopardize that by having a fumble or an interception return for a touchdown. Crazier things have happened. This is football. One
play, as long as there's a second on the clock, anything can happen. We talk about blades of grass and inches, a game of inches, and all that stuff. So I'm kind of confused by the call, and I guess we'll see what Newton Falls has in store here. What the plan was. Looks like they're going to come out in a 4 wide receiver set with Jake Wright in the backfield here with a little under 4 seconds left to go in the first half.
Surprising enough, Lisbon is not playing deep.
Oyster's going to heave it up, and he's just going to throw it right to Lisbon. Looks like a miscommunication, and we're going to get a face mask.
That's going to be an untimed down.
We're going to get a face mask on the Tigers on that play.
That's going to be one untimed down.
These are the kind of things that we're talking about, why that timeout made absolutely no sense. There's no point in that play. There was a miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback. The receiver didn't even finish his route, and he just threw one up. It's like basically like a punt. Now we're going to have an untimed down where Lisbon may have an opportunity to just throw a Hail Mary. These are the kind of things you just can't do, DJ.
No, they did so much better in the beginning of the game, and then to go ahead and have a crazy penalty like that happen, you just went ahead and gave Lisbon opportunity, and that's what you were avoiding all game, and then it's starting to rear its head right now.
So right before the half, Lisbon's going to get the ball back after an interception, after a timeout with a little under 4 seconds left to go in the half. Newton Falls possessed the ball. So Nick Oyster just threw his first interception of the game, a long interception, essentially like a punt, and then on the play, on the interception, Adam Honeycutt's going to get called for a face mask. So Lisbon's going to get the ball right about midfield, right about their own 49-yard line. I'm not sure what they're going to do. I'm guessing they're probably going to just heave one up as well and see what happens. Or they could just take a knee and get into halftime. So we'll see.
Right now, with you being Lisbon down 14-0, you got nothing to lose. Throw it up.
And they've got 4 wide receivers, 3 spread out wide to the left, 1 running back there, back with Schreffler. Newton Falls, everybody, all their secondary guys are all playing back about 15 yards off the ball. Schreffler's going to keep it. It's going to be a quarterback keep. He's going to run up the middle. He had a blocker, but Luke Dickey comes up and make a play. Shane Battison cleans it up, and we're going to go into the half. Newton Falls leading 14-0. They were able to avoid almost a disaster there towards the end. Didn't make a whole lot of sense, but luckily nothing bad came out of it. Schreffler's tackled for a short gain there, and we were going into halftime with the Tigers leading 14-0 there against the Lisbon Blue Devils. Let's see if these Tigers can come back out here after this half. Let's throw it down to Eric Thompson down in the field. Eric, who do you got down there?
Thanks, guys. I'm excited because I get to be with the king and queen. How exciting is this? I'm with the king, Zach Berry, and the queen, Lene Downing. It's great to have you both on the sidelines, and I'm honored to be in your court. Tell me a little bit about what goes into becoming the king of homecoming.
All right. Well, pretty much you just be someone that like the younger kids can look up to. I don't know, just take part in the school. You know what I mean? Promote school spirit, stuff like that. Yeah.
What's that?
You be nice to everybody.
Be nice to everybody. Well, you guys have been very nice to me thus far, so thank you for that. What are your plans then? What are your responsibilities for this weekend?
I mean, really, we just show up and have a good time. Make sure everybody else has a good time too, I guess.
Yeah. Show school spirit.
So you're like the hostess.
Yeah.
Good for you guys. Well, I'm really happy for both of you. Congratulations. And I know you've got to get to your halftime show, so off you go. And you get to hang out and watch the halftime show.
Yep.
Have a great night, guys. Congratulations. Back up to you in the booth.
Thank you very much, Eric, and congratulations to those two. Had a wonderful time with the pregame ceremonies, and right now we're going to throw it down to the Lisbon Band. I know, it's what I was like, bro, this is White House.
My wife was like, this is for you and DJ. These are White House. Like,
yeah.
Good looking out, man. She knows. She's a foodie.
She is legit.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. These are legit, too. Oh,
No, I've not had White House in like 2 years, bro.
We didn't talk about this.
Is one that is sure to rock you like a hurricane.
continue our show with Frankenstein by the Edgar Winter Group. At this time, we'd like to introduce our dance line and flag line. Emma, Brianna S., Anna, Brianna V., Hillary, Gabby, and Cheyenne.
Our performance will carry on with Carry On My Wayward Son, as made famous by Kansas. Following that, we invite you to stand, cheer, and sing along to the Lisbon fight song. The Lisbon Blue Pride Marching Band would like to thank the administration, Board of Education, and Music District. We wish the Newton Fall Band good luck on the rest of their season. Good evening. The 2019 Tiger Marching Band is under the direction of Mark Semrau, with Assistant Director Michelle Murray, Tiger Ed Advisor Jessica Cassidy, and Drum Major Ken Flynn. And now, the New Falls Tiger Marching Band. The band will open tonight's show with a song composed by Ed Cobb, originally recorded by Gloria Jones in 1964. It attained worldwide fame after being covered and reworked by English synth-pop duo Soft Cell in 1981, and has since been covered by numerous groups and artists. Here is a fantastic arrangement of Tainted Love. Next, the band will perform a song by American rock band Bon Jovi, released as the first single from their 1986 album Slippery When Wet, written by John Bon Jovi, Richie Sambora, and Desmond Child, about a woman who has jilted her lover. The song reached #1 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 in November of 1986 and became the band's first #1 hit. Here is You Give Love a Bad Name. The final song for tonight's halftime performance features our 2019 Tigerettes. Let's hear it for freshman Allie Clark, freshman Ava Pearson, junior Maddie Fowler, senior Alyssa Glender, and senior Morgan Federoff. For our closer, the Tiger Marching Band will be playing a song by American rock band Fall Out Boy, released in September of 2017, and it's from their 7th studio album, Mania. Complete with a dance break, here is The Last of the Real Ones.
Great job by the Newton Falls band there.
Newton Falls Tiger Marching
Fantastic
Band would like to
performance.
congratulate the 2019
They are one thing that has been
homecoming
extremely
board
consistent
and
throughout
wish
this
all the
season.
students a wonderful
This band and the
weekend.
majorettes have been fantastic,
One
along with the
last
cheerleaders as
time,
well.
the
And the crowd. The crowd
Tiger
has definitely turned out for this team to watch their Tigers play. We're extremely proud of them for what they've put on the field, their effort.
And now our fight song.
This is what the team needs as the team is back out on the sideline.
It's so energetic.
Love seeing the team out here being supported by their band, the band supporting the team. It goes both ways. We really like to see this. All right, Newton Falls Tiger Band leaving the field now as the players from both teams are coming out, starting to get stretched out a little bit. Before we kick off this second half here, we'd like to thank our sponsors. And one of those sponsors is Susan Montgomery. Susan Montgomery, re-elect Susan Montgomery for Newton Township Fiscal Officer. I have a proven record of fiscal accountability. Let my experience work for you. Best of luck, Tigers. Stay committed and finish strong. Paid for by the candidate. We have Mi Amigo. I've said this before, DJ. I've said this multiple times. I absolutely love Mi Amigo. It's right downtown, historic area of Newton Falls. Go say hi to Mario. Go try some tacos. They have some amazing food there. Go tell Mario Brian said hello, and go check them out. Mi Amigo, right downtown Newton Falls. Also, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Howland Alarm. In business since 1969, protecting homes and businesses all around the area, Northeast Ohio and beyond. Call 330-369-2956 or email them at hello@howlandalarm.com for all your home and business security needs. It's also sponsored by the Touchdown Club. The Touchdown Club, the Newton Falls Touchdown Club, would like to wish the entire senior class the best of luck this season and beyond. Beat the Blue Devils. And also, Subway. Subway, a special thank you to Newton Falls Subway for providing the team meal a few weeks ago. We really appreciate Subway, also right in downtown Newton Falls. Go check them out. Great subs, great sandwiches. We really appreciate them sponsoring the team and helping out this year. Go check out Subway, everybody. Also, we have Buckeye Welder Sales. Come in today and see us for all your welding needs or for a custom quote on your next welder. Good luck, Brant Bungard, and go Tigers. We also have John Baryak for 2nd Ward City Council. Re-elect John Baryak. Let's keep moving forward. Re-elect John Baryak, 2nd Ward Newton Falls City Council, paid for by the candidate. Also vote for Sandra Braymeyer. Braymeyer for 4th Ward Council. Fresh ideas for a better community. Vote for Sandra Braymeyer, Newton Falls 4th Ward Council. Paid for by the candidate. We also have Nancy Hoffman. Nancy is running for City Council 2nd Ward, and Nancy would like to wish the Newton Falls Tigers a great season. Paid for by the committee to elect Nancy Hoffman. And we have Stone Mulch & More. Stone Mulch & More is a local company with a great reputation for designing and constructing wood or composite decks. They also offer a full line of services that make your outside beautiful. Give them a call and see what Stone Mulch & More can do for you. Also, Jennifer Young Urbania. Elect Jennifer Young Urbania for Newton Township Fiscal Officer. Clonch & Sons Excavating. As I mentioned earlier, Clonch & Sons Excavating is a locally owned and operated licensed septic installer. Contact them today. That's Clonch & Sons Excavating. And here comes the kickoff, opening up the second half. It's a short kickoff fielded by number 24 of the Newton Falls Tigers. Right at about the 45-yard line. He's met by a host of Blue Devils there. Damian Pendleton on the return, number 24. And the Tigers are going to take over here on their first possession of the second half, DJ.
Man, the kicker for Lisbon is not having a great night tonight.
Now, their special teams have been struggling a little bit. And while I've got a second here also, I talked to a few people here on the way into the stadium tonight. Something really great that's happening, our senior class here in Newton Falls. The seniors are doing a program called Seniors for Seniors. And the Newton Falls Senior Class is inviting senior citizens here in Newton Falls to come on down to the school on October 25th. this year to October 25th, 2019, from 8:30 to 10 a.m. at the Newton Falls High School, and they're going to be offering breakfast and some fellowship. The seniors want to just spend some time with some seniors from here around the area.
For the residents 60 and over.
For the residents 60 and over. And here come the Newton Falls Tigers on the first play from the line of scrimmage there. Jake Wright's going to carry off to the left, and it looks like he's going to have a decent gain on the play of about 6 yards. But back to this seniors for seniors, DJ. I think this is just a really, really great thing. If you want to call to RSVP, please contact Jerry Dunlap at the Newton Falls board office. You can call 330-872-5445. Again, this is the seniors for seniors. A senior class here is offering this for seniors here in the area, 60 and over. Come on down, have some breakfast, and just hang out from the senior class.
And the breakfast is free.
Yeah, absolutely. Breakfast is free. Come on down, everybody. And take advantage of this opportunity to come down and spend some time with the high school seniors here of Newton Falls. I think it's just a great idea. It's really great to see the Newton Falls senior class kind of stepping up and doing something in the community. It's really great to see.
It is really great to see, to go ahead and have the younger generation mix in with the older generation and go ahead and give some insight on their life.
Thanks to you guys up in the booth, too, for not throwing down to me as the senior citizen.
You're the senior citizen.
I'm not quite there yet. Not quite.
I think they might let 55 and over if you have a Buckeye card.
At this stage of the game, I still have to pay for my breakfast.
Are you trying to get free breakfast just like you got that free
salted
dish?
caramel?
Yeah, that salted
buddy,
caramel.
I paid for that, and it was only $2, and it was the best $2 I've spent all day.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
Newton Falls looks like, as we were up here chit-chatting, Newton Falls out to fourth down now. It's 4th and 1. And it looks like Newton Falls is elected to punt here. Paul Broderick is stepping back. So the Newton Falls offense comes out and flounders a little bit here on the first possession of the second half. We got about 10 minutes left to go. Light snap, and Lisbon almost blocked that punt. And the punt from Paul Broderick is going to make it down to the 30-yard line before it's touched down by Newton Falls. So Lisbon's going to take over here, their first possession of the second half, DJ, from their own 30-yard line.
That was a very, very close, punt that was almost blocked. But Broderick got it out at just in time, went ahead and put Lisbon over on their side of the field. And right now, we'll go ahead and see what that Tiger defense can do because they have been lighting it up all night. And look at the crowd.
I think the crowd's cold, DJ.
Yeah, I'm cold too, man. What you mean?
It is chilly. It's definitely chillier out here than we're accustomed to. It's perfect football weather. I'm sure the guys on the field are not complaining one bit.
I know Eric's cold.
Eric's definitely chilly down there. But the guys on the field, I think they're doing just fine as the defense lines up here. Lisbon gets ready for their first play in the second half. Break Bryce Moran just misses the tackle in the backfield. Can't catch him.
Woo, what a hit.
But he is brought down anyway. Looks like short of the line of scrimmage. Moran comes in untouched, just misses Schreffler on the play. Schreffler tries to turn back upfield, and he's hit almost immediately. Looks like Jake Wright again on the tackle.
Couple of hats from the Tigers on that one.
Good to see. Again, they're still flying to the ball. You don't want to see just single guys tackling. You want to see multiple black jerseys on this.
Oh, absolutely. That's what you love to see, especially as a defensive coordinator. They would love to see multiple hats on the ball. That means that you are getting great penetration and you're just playing with your head screwed on straight, and that's what the defense is doing right now, lights out.
Let's see if this defensive line gets more pressure, see if Moran can get in the backfield again. And here comes the runs to the left side this time, and he's met by a host of Tigers in the backfield. The Tigers' defense is all over the backfield on that play, DJ.
Goodness gracious, the black shirts are out tonight. They are trying to pitch a shutout, keep this shutout up, and right now they are preserving it right now. They just went ahead and put Lisbon into an obvious passing down.
Yeah, the Tigers they've come out aggressive, extremely aggressive on defense, and that's really what you like to see. I'd like to see that translate into the offense as well. The offense came out a little bit stumbling there to begin the half, but the defense has come out strong, and we're going with a 3rd and 13 here for Lisbon right now. They've got 4 wide receivers set, and let's see if we can get some pressure here on, as DJ mentioned, an obvious passing down. Let's see what the Tigers can do. He's looking to throw. He's got pressure. Broderick's in the backfield. He slips a tackle, but he's going to be hit and brought down.
Oh, and that's going to be an obvious flag.
Going to get an intentional grounding. Brant Bungard on the play would have been a sack.
And he's getting up shaking.
It's going to be a great hit on the play, but it looks like it's going to be intentional grounding on Schreffler, number 4. There was no one around that pass, DJ.
Oh, no, he didn't get outside of the tackle box, and that's exactly what happened. Went ahead and he ended up getting the pressure. He should have just ate that one, but instead he's going to go ahead and push his team even further back.
So on a 3rd and 13, the Lisbon quarterback, R.J. Scheffler, rolls out to his right, avoids the sack. Then he gets wrapped up by another Tiger and tries to throw the ball away, and he's going to get an intentional grounding call.
Right now, Lisbon cannot afford a shank.
No, nor a bad snap either, because it's 4th and 25. The punter is standing about on his 3-yard line. The Tigers are bringing pressure, and they're able to avoid the punter. The punter goes down, but there's no flag. Jake Wright's going to field it about the 45-yard line. Dodges one tackle. He's up the field. He's to the 45, 40, 35, 30. Paul Broderick on the sideline.
Goodness
Jake Wright is alive. Touchdown.
Take it to the house. No flag. Oh, there's a flag. There's a flag on the 32. There's a flag on the 32.
Oh, DJ, that was a simultaneous play call there, but we have laundry on the field. Let's see who this is going to be on. It looks like it may be coming back, but what a vicious, vicious block by number 11, Paul Broderick, on the return.
Goodness gracious.
Looked clean to me. I don't know if we have a replay of that, if we can see that or not. But let's see what the call is. Jake Wright able to wiggle a little bit. As we've said earlier in the game, he's a playmaker. He can make a guy miss in space, and that's exactly what he does about midfield, about the 45-yard line. He makes 2 guys miss, dances to the left, is able to get out, get some speed, get out towards the sideline, and then again, like we said, Paul Broderick with a great block. But it looks like they're calling it on the Tigers. I wish we could see a replay of that, DJ, because that looked to me like a clean hit. But
I wonder if that's going to be a hit to the head.
He may have been defenseless. We can't hear what the referees are calling down on the field, so we're just kind of speculating up here. So they did call a personal foul. The fans are none too happy here. I think they felt the same way we did on that play, DJ. I think everybody expected us to score that touchdown on that play.
Goodness gracious alive. That was a heck of a block.
It really was. There was another nice block down the field as well to spring right on the touchdown, but they called it back.
But like you said, the wheels on Jake Wright. He is playing lights out football tonight.
He is just a ball player. That's all there is to it, and you can see it when somebody has heart like that. They don't stop. There's no stop. He's all go.
It looks like they ended up taking a referee timeout for an injury. Looks like it's going to be number 20 over on Lisbon.
Yeah, Ryan McCullough, number 20, is coming off the field. Coaches are checking on him on the sideline and see. Looks like he's going to be all right. But Newton Falls is going to take over possession of the ball here on their own side of the field. Or I'm sorry, on Lisbon's side of the field at about Lisbon's 46-yard line. So we got that touchdown call back. Here comes Nick Oyster. He's going to throw on first down. He's got Paul Broderick open. Another little bit of miscommunication there on the play. Broderick made himself open on that play. He had man coverage, but unfortunately he tried to break inside of his coverage, and the pass was to the outside.
Yeah, it didn't look like Oyster put the ball on the money on that one. Ended up going ahead and at least just floating out of bounds. It wasn't anything that was too dangerous of a pass, so they're just going to go ahead, take that one on the chin, and move on to second down.
And we talked about this. I kind of brought this up earlier in the game. I like making those downfield attempts. I like seeing them kind of stretch the field. You got one-on-one coverage. Those are the kind of things you want to see. But now let's get back to some of the short, quick-hitting passes. We haven't seen a lot of that. Or just get back to the ground and pound, which has been very effective for the Tigers so far.
They got it right in the backfield.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. Jake Wright right up the middle. He breaks a couple tackles, and he's able to wiggle out and get about 9 yards on the carry. Looks like he's going to be – they're going to call it a first down here on the play. Jake Wright right up the middle. Great field vision. Sees a hole, slices through. Keep that ball tucked up into his chest, is able to get out towards the first down. And it looks like they gave him a great spot on that play, DJ.
Hey, Brian, ask and you shall receive. I mean, you just said it, my brother, and that's what they did. Went ahead, gave it to the workhorse, and he said, give it to me, and I'll get you a first down.
Great job. So here comes the Tigers, going to first down, and Jake Wright's going to take it again. Dodging tackles. He's got a blocker, but we got a flag on the play.
There's going to be a hold. That's going to be a hold away from the ball, and those are the ones that you don't want to see.
So this flag was back in the secondary of the defense. I don't know if it's a hold downfield, legal man down. I don't know what the call is going to be here. We got a legal block in the back against the Tigers here from what the signal looks like. So we were able to go through the first quarter. I think we only had maybe one, maybe two penalties in the first quarter. Already in this second half, we've already got more penalties than that, and you can see how it's affecting the team. Not only does it affect them, morally, they start hanging their head a little bit, but you start to get worn out. Guys like even Jake Wright can only run the ball like that so many times.
And that's what you're saying. I mean, it keeps going on and on. That this is the theme for the season, actually, is that they come out first half, looks really good. Second half, end up getting the penalties. And right now, we got Oyster taking the snap.
Now, that was a design play right there. Broderick came out on the reception, a nice little out route. Those are, just like I just mentioned a second ago, DJ, those are the kind of quick-hitting plays. Put the ball, design plays to get the ball into these guys' hands as quickly as possible. Stop having them throw the ball up, down the field. Or mix it up. Try to mix it up and put them both in there. Try to do it both.
Kind of look like a rub play. I mean, if you know what I mean as far as a rub play, it's not necessarily a pick, but at the same time, it is one of those ones where you're just coming off of your guy and you just happen to get in the way of the defender, and it's, usually a design screen, but they ended up getting some yards out of it, and let's see what they do. They give it back to the workhorse, Jake Wright, and just one, and carrying another one, first down. Go ahead and tell him, Brian.
Great job, Jake Wright, again on the carry, following his blockers, as you can see we'll see in the replay. Nick Oyster's going to hand it to Jake Wright. He's very patient following Paul Broderick. He knows his man's coming. He just waits and waits. Very patient runner. Cuts it up inside for an extra 5 yards on the carry. That's the kind of carry. That's the kind of running that we need to see more of that.
That's what I like to hear when he has it on there. When he gets that ball tight, he has it nice and tight on him. And the next thing you know, he just runs with purpose, gets the first down, and yet another play by Wright. Oh, he ended up getting thrown in the backfield this time.
So Jake Wright's going to get a loss on that. Go ahead, DJ.
All right, well, right now we go ahead and you see Jake Wright get tossed in the backfield, and it just kind of, hurt the play. He was kind of confused by the play call, but it's okay. Right now we go ahead and you see them going and marching back. We really don't want to go ahead and, have any plays like that. But right now we go ahead, sit on that one, and right now don't force Oyster to do too much. Let him go ahead and let the game come to him. Right now, he has a lot of help with, Wright, get Honeycutt back in the game. We want to go ahead and see McCabe in the game. Go ahead and see what they do right here.
It's going to be a jet sweep to Jake Wright, right to left. Not a big fan of that play call myself. They had a little diamond formation or trips formation, tight left. I'd like to see him, again, get back to that straight north and south, up the middle running. You're pretty deep. It was 2nd and 16, 2nd and 15. Now you're 3rd and 13. So now you don't have a whole lot of options. The defense is going to be expecting you to pass. You put a little bit of pressure on Nick Oyster. We don't have the cushion that we'd like to have. It's 14-0, but we got a lot of games still left to go.
Like you said, it's about being cutesy now. You're starting to get away from your play call, especially with that big loss and then the penalty. You can't afford to do that. Looks like he has a man open the middle. Oh, nice catch. Nice catch.
Beautiful pass from Oyster to Shane Battison. We haven't called his name so far tonight, but what a great connection, as you'll see in the replay here. Oyster looking towards Battison the entire time.
Look at the time he got.
Patient, waiting for his man to break out behind the linebackers, which Battison does. He makes a nice throw, nice and low, where only Battison can make the catch. And it's going to be a first down. Newton Falls Tigers here at the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. Tigers with about 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter, up 14-0 against the Lisbon Blue Devils. Let's see if the Tigers can punch it in here and get some separation.
Right now they got their workhorse McCabe in there, and he's a strong runner, but he did end up hitting some white hats and ended up getting a stop.
Yeah, not a lot of holes on that play, and McCabe was running a little bit tentative on that one. Needs to just kind of hit that hole and just straight north and south, straight downhill. Sometimes McCabe he can do that. He sees a nice hole and he gets going and gets ahead of steam. But if he's got to try to find a hole, I think he struggles a little bit, as we saw in that play.
And right now, Brian, this is what I was thinking about. We've had, you see a lot of these high school teams, they come out in shotgun. And what I'm thinking is you're starting, 5 yards back. What happened to the I formation? What happened to that ground and pound football? They could definitely use that right there.
And it's going to be complete. And the signal on the field is touchdown, Newton Falls. Paul Broderick right inside the goal line. Nice pass by Nick Oyster. Paul Broderick, I don't know if we'll see the replay on that one or not. But Broderick, a great route ran on that time. He ran inside and screened his defender, and Oyster hit him right where only he could make the catch.
That's the second pass he's had like this on this drive.
Broderick with a great catch on the play. Oyster put it right where it needed to be. Great job by the junior, number 14. Here's the replay. See Broderick, you can't see him right now, but Oyster sees him as he's fading back. Broderick kind of just blocks out his guy, kind of like boxing out in basketball, DJ. Boxes out his guy. Great pass, great catch. Kick is up, and it's going to be good. Cameron Hankins. And the Tigers are winning 21-0 right now against the Lisbon Blue Devils. And you can see again as the players come off the field, there's not a lot of walking, not a lot of head hanging. These guys are excited and they're ready to go.
As you can see, no hands on the hips. That's just an attest to, when you go ahead and you show that you want it more, you go ahead, you get a little bit harder in practice. You go ahead and when you come out here, you go and leave it on the field, and that's exactly what the Tigers are doing tonight.
It's amazing when you're winning by 21 how you're not as tired in the same time frame in the third quarter as when you're losing by 21 or 30.
You ain't lying about that.
These guys aren't tired at all. These guys could play another 4 quarters, I bet. The fans are sticking around. It's great to see this. It's great to see the support from the community. Even though we're up 21-0, these fans are sticking around. They're dealing with the cold because it is cold out there. Even though we're up here in the booth, it is plenty cold outside. As Eric mentioned earlier, the temperatures dropped quite a bit. Eric, what's it like down on the field right now? If you can tell us what it's like down there.
With your nice warm isotoners.
Bruno Mali. They're Bruno Mali. They're not Bruno Mali. I don't have that kind of money. We don't have that kind of budget here. It's cold. It's cold. I'm watching these guys as they tackle, as they hit, as they block, and I'm telling you, it's cold. I can see their breath in the huddle, just a fog in front of their face. It's frigid. Thank goodness there is absolutely no breeze, no wind at all. It's completely dead. If you look at the flag, it's not moving at all. Hasn't moved all night.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, we noticed. We love seeing the fireworks that have been set off over here, but you can see the smoke kind of sticking around. You're right. There's not a bit of breeze whatsoever. I bet the players down there don't seem to mind at all as far as the temperature is concerned.
Okay, as we were talking and we were breaking from Eric, what you didn't get a chance to see, Brian, is number 85 ended up throwing a couple punches over on the field. Ended up multiple flags on the play. It's going to be a personal foul, and that's what we were talking about, those just non-necessary penalties. There was no reason. It was a block. He were blocking, ended up going down on the ground, and then it looked like he threw a couple of punches or he just gave too hard of a couple of shoves, and then next thing you know, you ended up costing your team 15 yards. Unacceptable.
Totally unacceptable, completely self-inflicted and lack of discipline.
Well, actually, I take that back. That looks like that was going against Lisbon. Well, I was totally confused by that, but it looked like as soon as that happened, it was immediately, flags going up. So I wonder who the penalty is on, and it was on.
It's hard to say, and everybody watching the broadcast and listening at home or seeing this take place, we can't hear what the refs are calling here, so we're trying to figure out as much as you are. We're watching just like you are to see what the call is. It doesn't look like they're moving the ball anywhere.
No, they're not. But
must have been an offset.
It must have been offsetting. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, it looked like there was both. Going on the ground. Next thing you know, it's you're down 21-0. If you are the Blue Devils, a little frustration comes out. But being a Tiger, you should not react to that. It's hard to not react to it, but it just happens over the course of the game.
Well, let's see if the Tigers can keep their wits, keep their composure, because they've, as we know, over and over again so far this year, and going back the last couple of years, composure and discipline have not been strong points here of the team. Hopefully tonight, with a strong lead, they can keep their composure, have some class, and just win on the field, as we mentioned, between the white lines, in between the whistles, that kind of stuff. That's how the Tigers need to win.
What I do like what happened was after that play, he ended up pulling them off the field immediately, and I do like to see that. Go ahead and say you let your players know it's not acceptable. You can't be doing that to your team. And right now we got an offsides on the defense.
Yeah, as far as from a coaching standpoint, as far as players with lack of discipline and stuff like that, it has to be addressed. Those kind of things have to be handled immediately. You can't have. You've heard the saying that one bad apple can spoil the bunch.
Absolutely.
You can't have that, and that definitely happens in a team sport like football. You need all 11 guys on both sides of the ball every single play to be focused, to be determined, and to have class, to play with class, and to play with the technique and the stuff that they've been taught. Not to play crazy, not to play angry or emotional. They want to play fired up, but play between the lines and in between the whistles. So here comes Battison on the blitz. The quarterback's able to get free. He's got a man in the flat. Incomplete pass, hits him right in the hands. He drops it as Luke Dickey gets his hands on number 21, gets his hand on the receiver. So it's going to be an incomplete pass, and it's going to be 3rd and 3 for Lisbon.
Good play by Dickey. It was a great play by Dickey. He ended up anticipating the catch because the receiver from Lisbon did make the catch, but Dickey got the hands on him, ended up giving him a little scare. He ended up dropping the ball.
Yeah, Jason Steves dropped that. So, Eric, what do you got down there? Looks like you've got a Tiger mascot.
I found the warmest guy in the entire stadium right here, wrapped in tiger fur. It's Devin, the Newton Falls Tigers mascot. Is it warm in there?
Yes, sir.
See there? I found the warm guy. Is there a heater in there?
No, sir.
It's a fleece tiger, you guys. It's a fleece tiger. Devin, what kind of training goes into being the mascot?
You just have to be a good dancer.
A good dancer? Well, you know, that begs now. You have to dance. Show me a little dance, Devin. Take it away.
He's got some moves.
That's what we like to see. He's committed.
I came in second in the dance contest. He gets the costume, I get the cold.
Thanks, Eric.
Back up to you guys. Devin, thank you.
Thanks, Devin. Thanks, Eric. We really appreciate it. And while you were talking to Devin, while you're talking to the mascot there, Lisbon took a timeout. And when we come back, it'll be 3rd and about 3, it looks like. So on that last play there, Shane Battison with some great pressure around the left end to get the quarterback to kind of scramble out.
That was awesome to see that he actually ended up coming off the side, and next thing you know, ended up making the quarterback forced him out of the pocket. And those quarterback hurries actually is a stat that you definitely want to go ahead and have up. It's one of the ones that aren't the prettiest, but it does make a difference on the team.
Yeah, when a quarterback can just stand back there and just pick his poison, he can throw to whoever he wants. It makes it really difficult on your defense. But these guys have been having pressure in the quarterback's face all night long. Let's see if they can do it here. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Tackled by number 11, Paul Broderick. Looks like they're going to have enough for a first down. And I think that looked like Chase McCoy on the carry, number 25. So, yeah, Schreffler's going to hand it off to Chase McCoy right up the middle. He's going to be hit by Broderick. Hit by Battison, then hit by Broderick and brought down by Broderick, but not until after he's able to get the first down. So, with a little over 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter, Lisbon's trying to drive. Newton Falls is still up 21-0 here as the Tiger defense takes their spots, and it's going to be a handoff again to McCoy. He's going to be hit in the backfield, looks like by by Paul Broderick. No, that was Jake Wright. Jake Wright with the first contact on the play. He is everywhere. Let's see the replay, DJ.
As you go ahead and you see Broderick goes ahead and slows him down, and then the cavalry comes, and that's exactly what you do. Hat on hat, get them black jerseys on there, man.
When you see somebody, one of your teammates with a guy in the backfield wrapped up, that's what you want to see. You want to see a guy like Jake Wright just come flying out of nowhere to clean up that tackle and get the assist.
Superman.
Just no regard for his own body whatsoever, just wants to make the play. So let's see what we can do here. The Tiger defense can do on 2nd and 9. Lisbon's got 3 wide receivers, 2 wide left. Newton Falls is going to bring 4. Quarterback's keeping it out to the left-hand side. A nice block out to the left, and he's going to be brought down by a couple blocks. Ooh, a nice late hit on the play. And
that was way too late.
That was way late. Carter Miller hit way late on the play by one of the Lisbon offensive linemen, it looked like, and the far referee right down in front of us saw it just like we did, DJ.
And that's what I like to see as far as the Tigers not go ahead and retaliating, because that's something that you would definitely want to go ahead and stand up for your teammate for. But they went ahead and showed their discipline. Go ahead and let them penalize them, because all that's going to do is help you.
Yeah, Carter Miller, number 52 there, the one that was late hit. He's not much. He hasn't shown himself to be much of a hothead. He seems to be pretty under control and has played well in his limited role that he's seen. So it's going to be a 3rd and a real long here for the Blue Devils. About a little over a minute here in the third. A little over a minute left in the third quarter. And it looks like it's going to be about 2nd and 12 for the Blue Devils. It's going to be a conversation over on the sideline. I've got a couple referees having a conversation with one of the coaches from Lisbon. What do you think they're talking about, DJ?
The fact that his team got a penalty.
That doesn't look like he's too happy.
No, not at all.
We've been there.
Oh, absolutely. We have been there plenty times this season.
And I'm glad to see Newton Falls has kept their composure. Having a 21-point lead in the third quarter, late into the third quarter, definitely does help keep that composure. Nobody wants to be the GOAT. Nobody wants to be the person that causes a change in momentum or a change in the game. So here comes the defense again, pinning their ears back. Battison gets plenty of pressure, but Lisbon is able to run the ball right at the middle for a gain of looks like about 5 on the play. So here comes Battison around the end. Unfortunately, just a little bit too wide on the play. Broderick's going to make the tackle again and come up on the tackle, or at least help on the tackle.
And it's going to be 4th down. Even though it was just 2nd down, it is now 4th down.
That doesn't make any sense to me, but I guess we'll just roll with it. So now it's 4th down.
Brian, it's been that kind of night, man.
As long as it gets to the end of the fourth quarter and we still have more points than they do, that's all that really matters.
That was a John Madden quote.
All right, so here we are. Looks like the third quarter is going to roll to an end here. It doesn't look like Lisbon's in any kind of a hurry to get this playoff, and we are going to come to the end of the third quarter here with Newton Falls still holding on to the lead 21-0 against the Lisbon Blue Devils, and we're going to change ends of the field here. But it's been a great game so far, DJ. This is what it's supposed to be like. This is what we expected to see most of the season from the Tigers. We're finally kind of seeing them put that all together and not get a bunch of penalties. But
yeah, and the penalties that they did have, they were kind of self-inflicted, but at the same time, they kept it down from what they had.
while we got a second here in between quarters, let's do a couple more of our sponsors. We really appreciate these guys helping us out and helping out the team, supporting all year long. It's really appreciated. Well, we're going to try and get to some of our sponsors. There we go. Let's get some sponsors here. So Clonch & Sons Excavating. Clonch & Sons Excavating is a locally owned and operated licensed septic installer. Contact them today. That's Clonch & Sons Excavating. Thanks so much, Clonch & Sons, for your sponsorship. We really appreciate it. We've also got Re-elect Susan Montgomery. Re-elect Susan Montgomery for Newton Township Fiscal Officer. I have a proven record of fiscal accountability. Let my experience work for you. Best of luck, Tigers. Stay committed and finish strong. Paid for by the candidate. So here we go. Lisbon's taking back over here in the fourth quarter. Moving right to left in front of us. Carter Miller jumps just a little bit but doesn't break the plane. Schreffler's going to roll to his right, but Paul Broderick's right in his face. He's got a man open in the flat. The pass is completed. He's going to be met quickly by number 3, Brant Brungard.
And that's going to be a turnover on downs.
They are going to be way short of the first down there.
But look at that pressure that comes in.
Great pressure, forcing the quarterback to get out of the pocket, which is exactly what the Tigers need to do. Honestly, DJ, we kind of wanted to see that with 4 down linemen. They're essentially running, they've got 3 down linemen, and they keep sending one of their linebackers. So in essence, they're having 4 guys go towards the quarterback.
Right, they just go ahead and it's like they're masking that blitz, because each time that we've seen that setup happen, you ended up seeing one that just ends up coming off.
So here comes the Newton Falls Tiger offense out onto the field. Let's see what the Tigers can do here to start this fourth quarter. Their first offensive possession of the quarter. And they're going to hand it off. Jake Wright's going to take it to the outside. He's got a blocker. He's going to bounce it to the outside of the blocker, and we're going to have a holding call. Looks like
he should have cut that up as soon as he had a chance. He had one hole. He should have hit that hole, got the positive yards. Instead, he stretched it out and put his receiver in a bad place, holding.
Looks like it's going to be a holding call on number 11, Paul Broderick. Looked like he had a good block there, DJ, till Wright tried to bounce it outside of him, and I think he just kind of got a handful of jersey, and the ref was right there to see it, so it's going to move him back 10 yards.
Gentlemen, while we have this penalty delay in the game, I have taken to the stands, and I'm standing up here in the very top row. These would be the VIP seats with Luke Grunder, a Newton Falls alumni, back here on homecoming. How are you, sir?
Good, sir. How are you doing?
I'm well. What keeps you at the game when it's cold and uncomfortable?
I don't know. Just football. I like football. I think it's fun to come back to where your roots are to watch them play.
And you're doing a good job of watching them play.
Yeah, nailing it.
I've never seen you do anything this well before, Luke. This is fantastic. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's a lot of fun to see these guys on the upside of the scoreboard as well. It's 21-0.
Yeah, it's amazing when you don't have a ton of penalties what you can do with the football.
Well said. Well said. Back up to you in the booth. Thanks.
Thanks, Eric. We appreciate it. And he's right. That's exactly what DJ and I have been saying all night. The limited penalties really allows your offense and your defense to do whatever it is that they do, and the Tigers are doing just that right now. The penalties are what's put us in the position that we're in right now. And you can see the handoff to Jake right there as he gets to the outside. Paul Broderick with a nice block outside to kind of spring him. You see Chris Wilcox holding his block as well.
A little bit close to a face mask there.
Yeah, it was real close. I have to say that I really like the fact that even though the Tigers are, it's a 3rd and 15, first couple plays of the drive, they're trying to run the ball.
Exactly. Keep the ball on the ground, and that's what they're doing. And they've just, mauled this Lisbon defense with keeping the ball on the ground. Now they're going back to that quick screen. He's got some blockers.
He's got some blockers.
Tiptoe through there, first down.
He's going to get the first down. Great blocking downfield by number 1, Jake Wright.
And that right there is when you need to tiptoe. Let your blockers come out and go ahead and develop the route for you as you see on the replay.
Great job by Nick Oyster. He sees his man. It's a design screenplay out to number 10, Adam Honeycutt. And you can see Jake right out there holding a nice block, great block. And as DJ mentioned, this is the time when you kind of pitter-patter your feet, find a lane, let your guys get downfield, get a block, and get a few extra yards. I love the fact that the Tigers are still fighting towards the end of the play. That's great to see. And a first down, a huge first down on a 3rd and 15. The Tigers have it in their own in Lisbon territory now, threatening to drive. Let's see if they stick with the run here, DJ. Here comes Jake Wright right up the middle. Nice little gain there on the play. That's your bread and butter. Now here we are, 2nd down and a manageable, looks like 2nd and 4. You've got just about every play except for that reverse that we saw earlier. Throw that one out. You got just about every other play in the playbook.
Everything was good, but we got a man down, and he's grabbing his legs. Not too good. It's going to be number 55, and that is going to be Matt Davis.
So we see all the Newton Falls players on the sideline taking a knee, a nice sign of a bit of class. While the coaching staff and the trainers tend to the Lisbon player down on the field, hoping he's okay.
Brookfield 35, LeBray 7, Canfield 42, Youngstown East 7, Campion 16, Campbell 15, Kennedy 24, Howland 0, Columbiana 41, Wellsville 0, Crestview 12, Liberty 0, Girard 21, Southern 19, McDonald 21, Jackson Milton 8, Poland 51, Jefferson 0, South Range 28, Lakeview 0.
We're just sitting here right now watching as the training staff and the coaching staff from Lisbon attend to one of their down players. I don't know if you guys can hear the PA announcer. It's kind of going through some of the scores here locally in the area, some of the high school football teams all around the area. But as of right now, the Newton Falls Tigers are up on the Lisbon Blue Devils 21-0 with 9:30 left to go here in the 4th quarter. And let's hope this player's okay. As DJ mentioned, it looked like he was grabbing his knee or his leg area.
You hate to see that on the field.
14, Gilmore Academy 7, Western Reserve 42, Lowville 6.
Hey DJ, we've got Eric Thompson down in the field. I don't know if Eric, if you can see anything or if you can hear anything of what's going on down there. If you've got any kind of word on what may have happened, what kind of injury we might be dealing with, and anything else you got for us.
It doesn't look to be, life-threatening or anything like that. It looks like he's frustrated. I can see him as he unsnapped the chin strap on his helmet. He was very angry that he's hurt. So I think you're right. I think it is a knee. Looks like a lower extremity injury, probably a knee or an ankle. He's moving totally, has all of his faculties apparently. It is nice to see the sign of respect from both teams. When an injury occurs, it stops the game. It takes the competitive edge away, and we're left with guys that are just hoping that their colleague is doing all right.
Thanks, Eric. We appreciate that. Yeah, 100% agree. It's a good sign to see that the players are all kind of just biding their time, waiting right now to make sure that this player is going to be okay. And as you mentioned, yeah, the sign of frustration when he was taking his helmet off, he does look like he's moving around. But yeah, I can understand the frustration if it's a leg injury or a knee injury. It's got to be frustrating.
It is, especially for a big boy like that playing on the line. He's coming in. He's a underclassman, and he just wants to get some good field time. And right now, one of the opportunities that you do get to play, it's unfortunate, in any situation, but especially at the fact that when you don't get a lot of chance to play and you get injured.
Yeah, and a extremely classy move there by Jake Wright. Was walking out just to check up on the player, make sure that he was okay. Looks like they're gonna help him up, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like his teammates are going to help him off the field. We don't have the luxury of motorized carts or any kind of emergency equipment that I'm aware of here on the field. So good old-fashioned teamwork here. They're going to carry him. His teammates are going to carry him right off the field.
A sign of respect by both fans, from both Lisbon and Newton Falls. Go ahead and clap for the injured player. And, his teammates are carrying him off the field.
Yeah, that's That's something to be proud of. Our people here, both sides of the stadium here, are showing signs of respect, and that's good to see. People, sportsmanship is alive and well, and that's a good thing. So here comes the Tigers, and here comes the Blue Devils. Let's see if we can get this back underway here with 9:33 left to go in the fourth quarter. Tigers still leading 21-0. And the Newton Falls Tiger offense is going to take right back up where it was.
We still got a couple coaches on the field. Looks like they're adjusting personnel.
So after an injury, you have an injury timeout and somebody goes down, you have to reassess and make sure you've got everybody on your team where they're supposed to be. You have to replace that person on the field. So here comes the Newton Falls offense. It's going to be a quarterback keep. Nick's going to throw it. He's got a man. Broderick's open in the flat, but he had his knee down when he caught the ball. It looks like it's going to be a loss of a. No, it looks like it's going to be just a slight gain right back to the line of scrimmage. Trying to see the angle here on the field.
Tried to pull his best Patrick Mahomes on that one. He ended up getting ready to get a sack, ended up spinning out of it, found a receiver, and ended up gaining some yards. I mean, that's about the best thing you can ask for in that kind of situation.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be a quarterback keep, like a design run, but he had pressure coming right into his face as soon as he came across the line of scrimmage. And the handoff's going to go to Jake Wright on third down. And he's going to get a couple yards on the play, but he's going to be short of the first, so it's going to be fourth, and it looks like 3. Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 3. Let's see what Newton Falls does here. I'd be surprised if they punted here, DJ. They're too far downfield. Doesn't make any sense to punt.
Yeah, this is 4-down territory right here. And this is not to just run up the score. It's just where you're at on the field.
Well, realistically, your punter lines up 14 or 15 yards off the ball, off the line of scrimmage. If you get a bad snap over his head, Lisbon picks it up and runs it down. In 20 seconds, it's 21-7. So I think this is probably the right call. It's a pass. The right idea is going to pass out to Adam Honeycutt, the same pass that we've seen several times tonight, a nice swing pass, a little wide receiver screen, but it was to the other side, and it was a little bit high for Honeycutt and a little bit hot. He couldn't get his hands on it, so the Tigers are going to turn the ball over here on 4th down. They're going to turn it over to the Blue Devils with a little over 8 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. It is 21-0 Tigers, and the Tigers going back on defense. Let's see if they come back out here aggressive again and try to go back to the quarterback.
Hey, if I'm the defense, I am feeling A-OK right now. You are pitching a shutout, and that is the test of your defense. And right now, they want to go ahead and keep that goose egg up there on the board.
Let's see how prideful they are here, and see if they're really hungry to do that. See if they pin their ears back and go after this quarterback. Schroeffler's been running around all night long, hasn't been able to get comfortable in the pocket. And they're going to hand it off on 1st down right up the middle, and they're going to get about 2 yards, a little over 2 yards on the play. So Lisbon decides to stick with the run up the middle. Down by 21, you've got about 8 minutes left in the game. It might be time to kind of crank it up a little bit, get a little bit of sense of urgency, DJ.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, especially at the fact that you're, taking a 1st down draw with, under 8 minutes left in the game. That's not something I would call.
No, I agree. I wouldn't call that either. I'd start spreading it out a little bit. You got to start getting some quick hitting plays. You need to score, and you need to score 3 times just to get back into this game. So let's see what they do here on 2nd down. You got 3 wide receivers, and they're going to hand it off again, and he's going to slip and fall in the backfield and lose 2 yards on a play.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's, again, another questionable play call in my opinion. You're down by 21 points, and you're going to hand off right at the middle. And Newton Falls has been ready for that most of the night.
Yeah, that's something that you're not going to go ahead and pull the wool over their heads on that now. I mean, that defense has been just eating your run game up. The runs that they did have was, a couple broken plays, not really designed runs, and we got some sponsors for you.
So we got Clonch & Sons sponsoring tonight's game. We really like to thank Clonch & Sons here. Clonch & Sons Excavating is locally owned and operated. Well, let's see what this play is first, and we'll get back to our sponsors. Quarterback's rolling. He gets a couple yards on the play and gets pushed out of bounds on 3rd down. So back to our sponsors. Like I was saying, Clonch & Sons Excavating is a locally owned and operated licensed septic installer. Contact them today. That's Clonch & Sons Excavating. So 4th and 5 here. This is a huge play for Lisbon. They have got to convert this, or it's pretty much the end of the game for them, DJ.
Yeah, I mean, 3 straight draw plays, that seems like you're just trying to end the game at this point.
Well, let's see if Newton Falls can stay disciplined, not get caught, not jump off sides here. And let's see if they send any extra guys other than the 3. No, they're going to hand it off again up the middle. And he's going to get the first down.
That was actually a great thing that happened. I mean, especially for Lisbon, having a 3rd down go on. 4th down, actually, my mistake. And you still ran another draw play. I wouldn't have done that, but hey, they got the first down.
What does that look like to you? That looks like kind of folding a little bit to me.
That means that you do not trust your quarterback in this situation.
Well, and honestly, you can't blame the coaching staff at this point because there's not really anything to lean on that's showing that they're going to have any success, and they're going to hand it off again right up the middle. And there he goes. Newton Falls all game long has been able to shut down this Lisbon Blue Devil offense until the 4th quarter on that. Let's see the replay.
If it doesn't work, try again, and that's exactly what Lisbon did.
Fresh legs.
Bend but don't break defense. How many times have we said that all season?
Absolutely, but the defense did. They were bending. They definitely bent on that one. Hayden Colvin on the run there. That was a great play, right up the middle, right at the gut. I don't think the defense was expecting that at all. They should have.
Oh, absolutely. Right now, if I'm the defense, you are going to go ahead and try heck to go out there and preserve this shutout. I mean, you do have the win almost in the bag, but you want to go ahead and, as the defense, go ahead and get this shutout.
You've been playing your butt off for almost 4 quarters now. That's it. That's how you and he breaks a tackle.
Oh, my goodness.
Touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
Number
what
88,
just happened?
had him.
Woo, he pulled that Houdini on him, bro. That was some Houdini. That should have been a tackle in the back. That should have been a tackle, but then he ended up just not form tackling.
Watch the pursuit. Number 88 comes in and makes a clean hit and
but
lets the running back, lets him go.
You got to bring him down, man. Grab by the legs. You can't be doing that. You just gave up your shutout.
So here we go. 5 minutes left to go here in the 4th quarter. Lisbon's going to kick after 3.5 quarters of 0 scores from Lisbon here. They're able to get on the board. Let's see if they can convert the extra point here and make it 21-7. Snaps back, it's down, kick is up, and it looks like it is good. That was a low kick and a bad snap. It looked like he kicked all aces on that one, but he was able to get it through.
Oh, he definitely got lucky on that one. They ended up coming up with a full house on that one. Now, here's a question for you, Brian. Are you going for the onside kick?
If I'm Lisbon, if I'm the coach, I'm going for the onside kick. But after we saw the end of the last series where they decided to just run 3 dives up the middle with, in 4th down, they're running a dive. It doesn't seem like they're really trying to be that aggressive. I don't think they meant to. That really wasn't a design play. They just got away and scored. They weren't really trying. They're not trying to get into the end zone. They're just running up the middle, and that's what they got. They got a touchdown out of it.
I mean, you did get a, Houdini act of bad tackling.
Poor tackling.
And that's what, took away the shutout. But right now, I'm very wanting to know what they're going to do if Lisbon is going to kick the onside kick. Because if I feel at this point in time, if you just kick it downfield, you're giving the game up. I mean, there's 5 minutes left. You actually just scored, so you have a little bit of momentum. Go ahead and see what you could do. I mean, if I'm Newton Falls, I got the hands team up. If it kicks deep, who cares? Nobody touches the ball. You just down at that spot. Go ahead and make sure you watch for this onside kick.
That's exactly what you see if you look at Newton Falls kickoff return team. They're all of them are up within 10 yards of each other, within 10 yards of the ball, ready for this onside kick. I think they're expecting it as well. And Lisbon just go ahead and kicks it right down the field. Jake Wright's going to have it go through his hands, but he's going to pick it up and field it at about the 10-yard line. He's out to the 15, and he's going to take it out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. Again, I'm kind of confused by the play call, and I would assume that if you're playing for the win or playing for the score, you onside kick that, you've got about 5 minutes left to go in the game, and you're down by 2 scores.
I understand that they think this is a lot of time to score too. If you get ahead and get a stop and, get a punt and do something with your offense. But, I mean, right now, that's deep. I mean, you're still in this game. You're only down by 2 scores, 5 minutes left. You got a little bit of momentum. Let's go ahead and see if, Newton Falls can put together a couple drives. It's not like you have to score. All you have to do is just go ahead and, get a couple first downs, and you can walk out of here with the W.
And that's it. And unfortunately, it looks like the offense is kind of taking their foot off the gas pedal a little bit, and that's one of the concerns. They start playing a little bit lackadaisical. And now on first down, it's going to be a handoff to Jake Wright right up the middle. He gets no yards on the play. and the clock will roll, but that's a first down there with no yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here for the Tigers, and they are deep in their own territory. They got the ball about the 25-yard line.
If you're playing in high school, I think it's about between 30 and 40 seconds for a play clock. I mean, we don't have the play clock counter here, but I'm thinking that in high school football, it's going to be between 30 and 40 seconds. So if you're smart about this, you can actually get out of here with not getting a first down. If they don't burn their timeouts, you could take this clock down to about like 2.5 minutes.
I'd really like to see him get a couple first downs and ice this game.
Oh, so do I.
So here comes Wright. He makes it back up to the line of scrimmage again, gets about a yard on the play. Let's see the replay. Oyster hands it off to Jake Wright, makes a nice little cut. Jake Wright still continuing to play as hard as he possibly can. Let's see if the offensive line can hold up here. We need about 8 yards. See if they can hold up and get the first down. So here comes the offense. Oyster's going to hand it.
It's going to be a false start.
And it looks like the Tigers are going to run the ball on that play as well. Looks like they're content to just run the ball, eat up a little bit of clock, and then punt it away.
Well, that penalty just stopped the clock, which is not in Newton Falls' favor.
No, it does not help at all. So with 3:45 left here in the fourth quarter, this is the situation you don't want to be in now. It's a long, long third down. It looked like Newton Falls was going to run the ball there on that last play. I don't know what they're going to do here. But being in a punt situation, not getting a first down here and being in a punt situation is not good, even with 3 minutes left to go. Again, like I mentioned earlier, a bad snap, a high snap, snap into the end zone, Lisbon gets the ball, and then they're onside kicking it. Again, these are things that can happen. Broderick takes the handoff right up the middle. He's met by a host of Blue Devils. And he gets about 1 or 2 on the carry.
And Lisbon is going to take their second timeout of the game.
It looks like Lisbon's sending a lot of guys off the edge, and Newton Falls isn't countering by blocking. They're not putting any. They don't have any tight ends. Nobody to block on the outside edge. These guys are just coming in untouched on these up the middle plays.
Right now, what's got me a little bit perplexed is the fact that Newton Falls, you had control of this game for 3 solid quarters, and then, like you were saying, Brian, you just take your foot off the gas, and you let Lisbon back in the game. Had them 21-zip.
Our man Eric Thompson's down the field. Eric, this end of the quarter here, have you gotten a different sense of the energy on the field? Are you getting any kind of sense of what the players are feeling or how they're feeling right now at the end of the fourth quarter with up by 2 scores still?
It does seem as though they've slowed up a little bit. I don't know if the cold is getting to them, if obviously they're tired. It's been a lot of running, a lot of hitting, and this cold air can really take its toll on these players as they face one another at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we agree, Eric. I wonder if that is part of the problem, if they're starting to get bothered by that. Here comes the punt. Like I said, a bad snap, and here comes Broderick's going to flick it out to Damian Penn. He's got a block on the plate.
Whoa! Oh, my goodness!
He's got an entire sideline. No flags. He's going to take it all the way down to the 20 to 15, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
That was okay. Now, so now that's what I'm saying. Was that designed to end up being, a fake? And then he's just like, oh, but the thing is that Broderick's actually got an arm, and he actually had a receiver. They went played punt formation, and they had no idea. Look at the block that he just got right there. And then he ended up just go ahead and take it pretty much, about 60 yards?
He had a convoy there in front of him, and you'd love to see that kind of stuff. And you could see the players that were in front of him were excited about blocking. The Newton Falls Tigers going to have a first down at the Lisbon 12-yard line, threatening to score again. That was a great play. Great composure there by number 11, Paul Broderick, on the play on the bad snap. Down to his feet, he bumbled it and was still able to get that ball out to number 24.
That could have went a totally different way right there with that fumbled snap, and then to turn around and have the composure to go ahead and get it to a receiver. And he ended up go ahead and had the blocks, and wow, that was just an amazing play.
That was great. And here comes a handoff again to Jake Wright. He's going to get tackled and slammed down at about the 10-yard line. A nice jersey tackle there by the defense. See the replay on there. Oyster hands off to Jake Wright. He takes it outside. Has one man to beat. Can't quite get past. Looks like number 25.
That's Chase McCoy on the tackle and slams Jake right down. Well, let's see what the offense can do here. Second down. It's another handoff to right, and they're feeding right, but the defense is ready for it.
Well, at this point in time, right now, you could just go ahead and pretty much milk the clock. With that one play, just turn the game from one hand all the way over into the Tigers' favor.
Yeah, it absolutely changed. The momentum swung back into the Tigers' favor big time on that failed punt. Didn't expect that. Didn't expect that at all, DJ. But I'm glad it happened the way that it did, and finally something happened in our favor.
We didn't expect it. The fans didn't expect it. But most of all, Lisbon didn't expect it.
They sure didn't. And I'm looking out here in the stands. There are still the Newton Falls Tiger faithful out here still supporting their team. It's not quite as many people as were out here earlier, but it's still great to see. They're still out here supporting, cheering. Even though they're cold, they're all bundled up. Here comes the Newton Falls Tiger offense. Let's see if they can put another one on the board here. With a little over, we're down under a minute and a half here in the fourth quarter as the clock still rolls.
And there was a little bit of confusion, so Newton Falls is going to take their first time out.
So Newton Falls took their first time out of the half with 1:22 left here in the fourth quarter of the game. Newton Falls Tigers are up 21 against the David Anderson Blue Devils of Lisbon, 21-7. It's been an interesting game so far. We've had it going all over the place. A lot of great plays, a lot of high energy. The team has stayed in it. The fans have stayed in it. The band is still here. They're still having a blast. And the cheerleaders are down there. They look like they're really cold, DJ.
The sideline
Man, I'm really cold up here.
The sideline reporter, I think he's cold, but he's prepared because he had warm food and he's got great gloves on, which keeps him warm.
I'm jealous of his isotoners. He had to go ahead and make that known, so I have to keep bringing that up.
I have to say, it's a much different energy when the Tigers are leading. The Tigers have the advantage here with about a minute and a half left to go here. It looks like the Tigers can seal this one, and you can definitely feel the energy. How does it feel down there? Does it feel a little bit different now, Eric?
It is a little bit different. A couple of weeks ago we had this home game, and the Tigers were getting beat up. And I looked out at the fans. I did a report on the fans. Just everybody looked defeated. Totally defeated. It was the most hopeless expression on faces I'd seen in a long time. Tonight, completely different.
I 100% agree, and it's a quarterback keeper. Nick Oyster looked like he was going to hand off, and he decided to keep it. The clock is going to roll. He's tackled inbounds for a loss of a couple yards, and it looks like I think Lisbon just called a timeout themselves. We got a minute 13 left to go here in the fourth quarter. The Tigers can taste this victory. I can feel it.
Oh, yeah, just go ahead, stretch this play down the field, run some time off the clock. That's all you need to do. It would be nice to go ahead and punch it in, but it's not necessary. Keep the ball on the ground, stretch the field out, and, it's just a little bit too late for, Lisbon.
Fourth down. It looks like Newton Falls, and this is what I would do as well. They're sending out their senior kicker, number 18, Cameron Hankins, and that's exactly what they should do, in my opinion. Let your senior kicker, who's been very accurate, I know he missed one earlier tonight, but it is what it is. He's been accurate on the season. He's been a fantastic kicker and a senior. Let him get a little some here on homecoming night.
Oh, that's what I was saying. He go ahead and get a little bit of redemption right here.
Let's see if we can get a good snap here. It looks like it's going to be about a 25-yarder, DJ.
You got to take into consideration the 10 yards in the end zone.
25 yards?
That's not 25 yards.
He's kicking from the 21. Missed snap. We're going to get a hit.
Oh, he's got a man.
It's open, and he's going to catch it in the end zone for a touchdown. You got to be kidding me.
What is going on around here?
Broken plays for touchdowns. Broken plays for long
gracious
runs.
alive.
Great job, Tigers. Nick Oyster just threw it up to his friend, number 80, Shane Battison. It looks like he's hobbled a little bit as he comes off the field.
Okay, yet again, was that a designed fake or was that a broken play fake?
I know, but look at this catch. He goes up. Looks like he comes down on somebody else's foot there. Might have twisted his ankle a little bit. Grabs his knee, but he's able to pull it in for the touchdown from Nick Oyster on that broken play. On that field goal of whatever distance it was. And the fireworks are going off here in the background.
Mr. 25.
While you guys are up in the booth doing math, these boys are down on the field scoring touchdowns.
Okay, Mr. Isotoner. So since you're on the field, Mr. Isotoner, what was that actually as far as the field goal?
Are you asking me math? Are you expecting me to stand out here, not only stand out here in the cold, but also pass my SATs?
And on that, the Tigers are able to tack on the extra point. Cameron Hankins is able to put one through, and now the Tigers are leading with a minute 4 left here in the fourth quarter, 28-7 against the Lisbon Blue Devils. This has been a completely different game, DJ. It's been a lot of fun to call this one tonight.
It has been. I mean, we're just leaving it on the field. All of us. I'm talking about the Tigers, offense, defense, special teams, Eric, us in the booth, the production crew. Like, we've just been tearing it up tonight.
Having a good time. That's what it should be. It should be a lot of fun. Hopefully it's a lot of fun for the kids out there playing their butts off tonight in the cold. The cheerleaders are still down there supporting their team. The band's having a good time. I'm sure they're warm down there just playing some tunes. And let's see what this kickoff team can do here and get down and make a good coverage with a little over a minute left here in the fourth quarter.
Some hot cocoa would be really nice right now.
Hot cocoa would be fantastic. You know what else would be good? Would be one of those salted caramel things that Eric was eating earlier.
Yeah, Mr. Isotoner.
So Cameron Hankins is going to be kicking off here one more time. Let's see what Lisbon can do here with the kickoff. Hankins approaches the ball. Ball's away. Kicks it to an open spot. It's about the 20. It's fielded about the 18-yard line. And number 20, Ryan McCullough, is going to take it out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. So Lisbon's going to take over about the 31-yard line on their own side of the field. So Lisbon, the Blue Devils, they look like Jackson Milton. The Lisbon Blue Devils have less than a minute to try and get down the field.
They don't have birds on their helmets.
No, they definitely don't. But we're a little bit far up. I can't see that far. So here come the Blue Devils. What could probably be their last possession of the game. Got 59 seconds left. Let's see if the defense can play smart and still stay aggressive and not get any stupid penalties and just finish this game strong.
Looks like they're playing like a dime coverage.
All the secondary's deep. You got Damian Pendleton. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Looks like Broderick's going to get a tackle. He's going to get a gain of about 9 on the play. And the clock is still continuing to roll. Lisbon cannot stop the clock here. They have no more timeouts left. So 28-7 here. 40 seconds left. Clock's ticking. Newton Falls is going to walk out of here a winner tonight, DJ.
Yes, this was a very different game, and we talked about it from the pregame. Who wants it more? And it showed that the Tigers really did want to go ahead and get that monkey off the back, and that's what they did in this game.
And they did. They really played up to their potential, which is what you wanted to, which we expected to see from them. And it looks like Lisbon's just going to kneel it.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Typically, that would be called the victory formation, but that's not what it is. I think they're just trying to avoid any kind of fumbles or injuries or anything else. The game is pretty much over. So the Tigers win here on homecoming night at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium. Great to see the excitement and the energy in the stadium still on the field. The players are still excited. They're all hugging, getting ready to shake hands here. Let's see some class. Great job by the Tigers and great job by the David Anderson Blue Devils from Lisbon. Hard-fought game on both sides. As you can hear some fireworks going off in the background. That's the kind of stuff we like to see, a celebration. The band's down there waiting for their team. The cheerleaders are down there waiting for their team. And this is a much, much different scene, a much better feeling than the last several weeks, DJ, the last 6 or 7 weeks.
Oh, yeah, it's been rough sledding for the Tigers, and, it's nice to go ahead, come home, get you a victory, especially on homecoming night.
Great to see. Look at all the fans, all the cheerleaders, and all the students from the student section coming out to meet their team. What a great scene. This is the kind of stuff we love to see. This is why we love high school football. This is why we come down. This is why the community and all the sponsors and everybody supports their team. This is what it's all about, guys. This is why we like this.
The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat.
Absolutely. So great job to both teams tonight. Great job to the Tiger for pulling out the win. So, Eric, what do you got for us down there on the field?
I believe it's been 17 years. Since the Newton Falls Tigers won a homecoming game.
Wow.
Tonight, that streak ends.
That's an awesome stat for the night.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Eric. That is amazing and astounding, and that's something that these seniors and this class can hang their hats on, because that's something that the other senior classes have been able to do in the last, as you said, 17 years. That is amazing. Hey, Eric, I'd like to throw it back down to you guys, and if you want to head over, it looks like they're going to do the alma mater, I'm guessing.
Yes, sir.
If you guys want to head down there so we can maybe get a little bit of that, I think tonight's the perfect night for it.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you.
Sir. So here comes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be seeing the alma mater here, and this is the kind of scene that we like to see here at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium, at any stadium where you've got the town, the community, all the players, all the fans, and all the students all together as one, all supporting each other, and it was a great team victory all around. And let's take a listen here as the players and the team and the students all do their alma mater with the helmets off. What a great scene down there. This is the kind of energy we love. A nice home victory, a homecoming victory for the Tigers to put them to 2-6 on the season as Lisbon falls to 1-7. And the band is still going. The cheerleaders have a renewed energy all of a sudden, even though it's still cold. Everybody's wrapped up in blankets. The team's taking a knee down there to have a little team meeting. I think they're really excited about getting this homecoming victory, DJ.
Oh, absolutely. I would be too, but hats off to Lisbon. It was just an actual great football game played tonight. The penalty total was not super high for both teams. It was just nice to go ahead and see a really good football game being played. Not a lot of things going on as we see the Tigers go ahead and run off, and they definitely earned this one tonight.
Look at the excitement. Look at these guys taking off across the field. They're going to go down and ring their bells.
Ring the bell.
That's what I love to see. And that's a team. The whole team's running down there. I think we've only got a couple of guys down in the end zone. Really like to see the entire team sprinting down there and hustling down there. These guys are tired. It's been quite a game. They should be really proud of themselves. They really put it all on the field today and laid it all out there. And, yeah, they should also be proud about the fact they didn't get as many. They didn't shoot themselves in the foot. They don't have to look back on that and feel like they ruined it for themselves or they took the game away from themselves. They were able to pull it off in a good fashion. Some crazy plays there towards the end.
Oh, my goodness. It was pandemonium out there. There was a punt that ended up turning into a fake that went for like 60-plus yards. Then you got a fake field goal that turned into a touchdown.
Gotta love it. Doesn't matter what you do. You never see every play. It's always something new.
You think you've seen it all, but then they're like, but wait, there's more.
There's more. It's an impressive victory for the Tigers tonight.
I'm not going to lie, Brian. I've had nothing but fun in the booth with you this evening.
I've had fun all season long. Even though the Tigers have not pulled out many victories so far this season, I've had a blast as well. And tonight was exceptionally fun because this is what we want to see. This is what we expected to see from our Tigers all season long. I know we've had some injuries and some bad stuff happen and some stupid plays and that kind of stuff. But when they put it all together, this is what we expected the Tigers to be. This is the kind of game that we expected them to be able to play. We know they have talent. They know they have skilled players. It's just putting it all together.
Yeah, they had extra motivation. I mean, like Eric gave that great stat earlier, 17 years since you've won your homecoming game. That is a long time. And then to turn around and do it tonight when, the chips were against, both teams, so to speak. Both teams were 1-6 coming in. Wanted to go ahead and see who wanted it more. Newton Falls had a little bit of motivation because of the fact that you're at home. It's homecoming night. I mean, you got a new mascot, you got new weight equipment, you got new, things on the field. So just that little bit of extra motivation to go ahead and take you over the top, and look what happens, 28-7.
And it was great. I enjoyed every minute of it. And yeah, these guys should all be proud that everything's kind of coming together. The town, the school, everybody's coming together to support these Tigers, and it's great to see. And I personally have a little bit of a connection to this as well. And I'd like to give a shout out to my stepson Bryce, number 88. He's a senior on the football team this year. I'm really excited that I got to be able to participate and be a part of this and call these football games and be able to watch and participate. And I'm really proud of him and how he's performed all season long, admirably, with a lot of class and a lot of dignity. And to be able to be here to witness him and the rest of his senior class get this victory tonight on homecoming is something I'll never forget, and I hope he never forgets it as well. Yeah, there he is on the screen. Good job, big guy. Super proud of you, buddy.
Check out the shout out from Dad. Hey, being the big man, that's what I'm talking about. Tigers did amazing tonight. It was just a really, really great game being played. And I'm going to go ahead and shout out my man Jake Wright, because Jake Wright, he came out, he balled out tonight. And the fact that, we had a conversation, off screen, a couple weeks ago, and he was like, hey, I've been doing work too, and I'm like, okay, go ahead and prove it to me, big fella, and that's what he did.
He put it all on the field like he's done every single game so far this season. He's played fantastic, and he left it all out there tonight. I'm anxious to see what the stat line is for him. But the entire Tiger team played great tonight. The senior leadership, they really stood up. They showed up tonight. They didn't do anything dumb. They didn't get any kind of really bad personal. I know there was some little stuff going on the sideline, but all in all, they put together a complete game, all three phases. The coaching staff looked like they actually had a game plan this week. It looked like they called some decent plays. They called plays in the right spots. They made adjustments, which I think really, really helped. And you saw the result. The result is a win for the Tigers. And with that being said, as you can see, the field's getting kind of empty right now. The beautiful middle of the field. Great job by the grounds crew who did the Tigers part of the field here in the middle of the field. We'd like to thank everybody tonight that helped out with the broadcast, everybody from Gregory Films, all the camera people, Eric Thompson down the field, myself, I'm Brian Kropp. This is my man DJ Robinson here with me.
My man.
We really appreciate everybody coming out and checking out the game. And leave us a comment if you get a chance. Let us know what you think. If there's anything we could do better, we really appreciate it. And go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Shout out to my girls and to my son Devin.